everyone, and welcome back to Castle Mac's presentation of the Sunless Citadel. As part of the Tales from the Yawning portal, which we are trying to get through as far as we can this summer, while we have our good friend Young Spencer with us. When last we left our heroes, they battled the white wormling Calcrix, which Meepo was after to try to bring back to his tribe. Calcrix seemed to have absolutely zero interest in that, and despite maybe at one point warming up to the party, that all hell broke loose. They did manage to defeat the worm after some very close calls, and they did lose one of their party members to Momo. One of the big rats.
It wasn't even her.
Momo. It was one of Momo's
babies.
babies.
Like a shitty little baby rat.
That's right. We'd like to thank our sponsors tonight, Red Vines, the delicious snack that makes America's sweet moments even sweeter.
And again, we are in no way legally affiliated with Red Vines, nor do we have an official sponsorship.
Yet.
That's right.
Yet.
And until then, this is a disclaimer.
All right, so why don't we go briefly around the table and describe who your characters are. I think we can give the quick 2-minute recap, although you can also type !summary, and you can see just what's been going on.
Let's not do the recap.
Okay.
No, I'm new, though. I'm new.
You're
I'm
not
new here.
You're not new. Your character's
new.
Your character's new.
Oh my god.
Do we want to save your character's introduction? Oh, Raven was saying not to do the story summary.
Oh.
Do you want to save your character's introduction until it gets properly introduced organically?
You're running this game.
Let's just all go around the horn and introduce, but not do the story summary because it's already in the thing.
Perfect.
Let's not waste time. I'm here.
We're going to start this time on my right. I forget where I started last time, but I always put Raven on the spot.
Spencer.
Young Spencer.
So I'm playing Yuriken as a wood elf fighter, using a bow. What more of a, I don't know what more of a summary there, but that's me.
That's pretty good.
What are his hopes and... No, just kidding. What are his
Where do
hopes
you go
and
to
fears?
school? Who's his best friend? What's his mom's name?
Well, I play Etrigan. He is a draconic bloodline sorcerer. Sort of human, though. He has woke up at a big battle, has no idea about his past nor his future, but he's desperately searching for answers to both and to do good.
My turn?
Unless you want to hold it.
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
So this week, you can see
Tonight.
I've lost 2 characters in like 5 days, so don't even.
So
You and I both.
I am now playing Rosabelle Nova. Rosabelle is a high half-elf celestial warlock.
She's high AF.
She is high AF.
She's like...
I don't get it.
What do you mean you forgot that she
High and fun?
Yes.
Question, did you do that so that you could get Firebolt?
I don't get Firebolt.
Well, isn't that what the high elf, half-elf version does? Gives you an extra cantrip?
I don't know. I'll have to look at my character sheet. I did this over the course of a week. Anyways.
Whoa! Forgebreaker, man.
Damn.
Right off the bat.
Let's let her finish and
Divine
then we'll...
inspiration. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you've been cut off like 10 times, so please.
I don't even know why I play.
I don't either.
Anyways, so if you want to see my little summary, you can do !summary and Steven can just talk while you read it.
Oh, come on!
Okay, so you're a high half-elf.
High AF half elf.
Yeah, we've established that.
Alright, so just quickly, I always roll on this trinket table, as we do here at Castle Mac. And the trinket that I got this time, I love. It's an empty glass vial that smells of perfume when opened.
Nice.
Yeah, like that. Only glass and not skin. Anyways, so just a little bit of background. So Rosabelle's not super young like most of the other characters that I play. I think she's probably like going on like if she were a human like in her late 30s. So I think that her parents are for half elves like very old because they don't live quite as long as regular elves. So anyways, something that's just been passed down through all of the women in her family were that glass vial that smells of perfume, and probably at one point thousands and thousands of years ago, it did have some kind of fine elven perfume in it, but over the years it's been drained, but it still smells.
Kind of like keeping your grandma's like old Avon bottles.
That's exactly right. Yep. God, I can.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
I know that exact smell though. Your grandma's old Avon perfume. Damn.
Oh.
All right. Are you?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Are you all done?
Oh.
Yeah.
And before I do mine, oh my God, divine inspiration.
I know.
Oh my
Seriously.
Yes.
Thank you,
God.
Forge.
Thanks,
LaForge, Jordy LaForge Breaker,
Jordy LaForge
coming
Breaker
through.
Brought the thunder.
Thank you.
He was like, take a look.
It's in a book.
Sorry.
I don't have anything clever to add. I was
Okay,
thinking,
all right,
but I didn't have it.
All right.
Rolling Rainbow.
Hey!
All right. Tell us a little bit
late,
about
but it's still
Orpha
good.
real quick.
I am Kessel McRaven. Tonight I play Orpha, Barbarian. She goes smashy smashy.
She has gone smashy smashy.
Truth. She's also pretty good at death saves, from what I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who wasn't so good at death saves? What's her name?
Who was she?
Old what's her name?
Who?
We've all
What's her
already forgotten.
Her?
Probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's good.
Sorry.
I was right next to the mic, dude. That was
That's
rumbling.
gonna be
Sorry,
folks.
everyone.
I just watched our viewers count chop in half.
That's always the best joke.
Look, I barely burp here. This whole side of the table is just like an endless infinity burp.
You don't understand.
Just-
That's why I have to
Infinity
get called out.
I just burp into your mouth and you burp into my mouth.
Well, that's why the mic
Forever.
is
Back
over
and forth
there.
forever. This is a disaster.
Let's play some D&D.
Let's just start
Let's
over.
start
Hey
over.
everybody, welcome to Red Vines Presents, Castle Mac Presents. All right. Where we left off, you guys barred the door and would occasionally wake up to jiggle the chains where the wormling was kept. You got your long rest, and mercifully, nobody ever came in there. However, we are going to start right as you guys have completed your long rest. You hear some footsteps outside. You hear one of the doors in that large chamber open. If you can recall, you're adjacent to a pretty large chamber. Oh my goodness! Utilitas just gave another divine inspiration.
What?
Yeah, we haven't even started yet. You guys are the best. Oh my
Damn,
goodness.
y'all. Thank you.
Jeez,
That is
thank
awesome.
you.
Thanks, guys. That is 2. You guys are the best. This is buck wild.
We've already
tonight.
got 2 rerolls. That's 2 death saves for my character. Then
That you're gonna fail still, even with rerolls. Thank you, guys. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
no,
that.
legit. Thank you.
Okay, so if you guys recall the layout where you are with the wormling, you're adjacent to that large hall that was kind of hazy, and if you remember at the end, there was that door that you could hear all the goblins. Well, you hear some voices outside, including a voice in common for a split second. That very calm, feminine voice, and then you kind of hear that door close again. Nobody comes to check on the wormling. At one point, you guys hear some footsteps coming, and you start rattling the chains and get ready at the door, and you hear the footsteps stop, and then just kind of pitter-patter away. And they're like, I'll come back later.
Quick question: when you say
Yes.
we heard common and then the door closed, did it sound like the door to where we heard a lot of goblin voices was the one that was open and closed?
Exactly, yep.
Okay,
That's exactly right.
got it.
Okay, so you all have completed your rest. The body of the wormling is just laying in here. Meepo sobbed over it most of the night. Got it together and is resolved to blame the goblins for the death of the wormling. Because you wouldn't have had to kill it if they would have never imprisoned it. And he's ready.
Etrigan probably listened to that the most since you, I imagine, were passed out the entire time at
you
0
were in
hit
a rough
points.
spot.
I was in a
You were at
place.
1, so I imagine you two are
probably
like.
not, yeah.
So Meepo just cried a lot, and Etrigan listened.
Thank God.
He'd do the, find the resolve, and then he'd be like, but anyways, one time when she was breaking out of her shell, she just pushed her little nose out. He knew her since she was an egg.
I wish I weren't eating this on stream.
Here, I'll just Can I censor?
Yeah,
I got you.
perfect.
Eat your donut. Shove it. Shove the
Shove
donut.
it. Shove the donut.
Shove
faster.
the donut right now.
That's marriage right there.
Yep, I know. I got
Wait,
your back.
move your finger
Wait,
real quick.
No. I got your back, girl. You eat that donut, you just shove that thing right in your face. Shove that donut hole in your donut hole.
It's beautiful.
How's that pain your palate?
How's that strike your palate? Alright. So Meepo, once you guys are up, he's actively checking on you. He's like, strong lady, feel better? Strong lady, ready to kill goblin?
I feel better, Meepo.
Meepo can't go back to queen unless all goblin.
We definitely can.
He takes one of her scales, takes his little dagger, chisels a little hole in it, takes a lace from some leather lying around and makes a little dragon scale necklace, puts it on, puffs his chest out.
Well, you're turning into quite the warrior, Meepo.
Meepo, warrior.
We'll pat his head. Well done.
New friends, ready?
Are you ready?
I'm yawning because I just woke up in game.
Ah, gotcha. That was an Orpha yawn.
Yeah. That was a RP yawn.
Yeah,
Just
gotcha.
Totally believable.
Gotcha.
Yurikin, off are you? Wounds healed? Rested up?
Yes.
As good as I'll ever be.
Alright. I suppose we're heading into the large room. Unless there's any that we missed. Was there any rooms that we missed and failed to open?
There were a handful.
Like one or
There
two,
were.
maybe.
But I'll just share with you for the sake of getting through this, they're mostly just storage rooms. So we can even say you take a few minutes kind of looking through and you find some storage. There was nothing else of great interest to find.
Got it. Alright, well, we'll head out of that room and I suppose pause at the door to the...
Yeah, so you pause at the entrance to what sounded like a fairly large room with lots of goblin voices. And you can now hear a feminine voice speaking what sounds like goblin. Like you hear like, and you hear responses like, what? That's what goblin was.
It was perfect, and I could visualize it so good
Go
that
ahead,
it
give it
just
a shot.
started getting...
PHLEG.
Yeah. Fling! Bang! Krishna! No, yeah. Yeah.
You sound like The Sims.
Santo! Krishna!
You sound like The Sims.
Gunta solo. I like that you were that was clearly a goblin negotiation.
That was like, go put this away.
If I could, would you?
Goblin car salesman.
Goblin car salesman. So, you guys hear that conversation going on the other side of the door.
Do either one of you speak goblin?
No.
Me either.
Meepo would never.
That makes sense.
Except to call them ugly names.
Meepo just knows all the goblin curse words.
Yeah.
Like everyone claims to
Meepo
know.
teach you. Snarf, you know.
Snarf. Snarf.
Got the goose today.
I'm good. How do we want to do this? Open the door, prepare for danger.
We open
Go
the
in.
door. We smash the door.
I vote for smashing the door.
Smash, maybe. Perhaps we get surprise.
Maybe.
Sounds like as good a plan as any.
However, based on the rest of this place, probably get most attacks on me.
That's your job.
Probably.
In past life, spellcaster.
Well, one of us can open the door, but either way, I think you'll be bearing the brunt of the hits.
That is okay. I do not mind the smashing.
All right.
Smash.
Who wants
What's
to?
these boots were made for?
Then I vote you open the door.
Smashy, smashy town.
You smash the door open.
Smashy,
I'll
smashy.
fucking kick it open.
You kick the door in. All right, sweet. Orpha just
With
kind of
my...
takes one last look around. Meepo's ready and kind of in his battle stance, scoots back a little, stands behind Orpha, then pushes a little bit past Yurikin, and then Orpha just... I mean, the door is already kind of old wood, and the hinges are not what they used to be. The door just splinters and shatters. Let me tell you what you see real quick. And then I will fully describe the rest of it. Alright. What might once have been a cathedral is now a huge goblin lair, thick with the filth of years of goblin life. Scores of wall and floor-mounted sconces filled with violet glowing fungi provide illumination. Dozens of goblins are sitting in there going about their daily business. You see goblin women holding goblin babies. You see goblin men building something. You see some grinding things, some working some simple tools. You see a lot of rudeness and violence in the split second. As you come in, you see haggling in one corner. You see wrestling in another corner. Along the southern wall, which I'm going to draw this in just a second, you see a huge heaping pile of assorted items. There's wagon wheels, armor, rusted weapons, chests, statues, furniture, artwork. None of it is well maintained. And then in the center of the room, you see, well, how are you dressed? Why don't you describe the way you look while I draw this room out?
Sure. So I am just a, like I said, like a older 30s half-elf lady. I've got dark brown hair, almost black, and really, really light blue eyes, and I'm pale. And I'm probably just wearing just pretty nondescript like cloak. I've got some studded armor. I don't have any weapons that you see.
Okay, someone want to go adjust the battle cam for me?
Yeah, I got it.
How so?
Just to make sure this room is fully visible.
It is.
Okay, good.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it? In it?
Hey, check out that compass.
I know.
Don't go any higher.
That Devon Rue compass is
No,
legitimately
Too far away.
my favorite Battlefield edition
That's good.
recently,
Just
because
a
I
little
can
bit.
seriously just place it and be like, yeah, now y'all know which way is north. I do want to fill in the inn, I
Yeah,
think.
just leave it. It's good.
That's it. I got the whole room that
Oh,
way.
okay.
All right.
In one of these ways, you get the whole room.
Well, did you get the whole room?
I got the whole room.
Oh, sure.
Babe, I got the room.
Well, did you get the minis?
Yeah, I got the minutes.
Talk to your mother. How's your ma? Did your
Did
ma
you
get the room?
We're going
you get
down
the
the shore. Did you
compass?
get the room?
I got the fucking compass,
Anybody
I got the
get
fucking days, I got the
Devon
fucking
Rue
minis.
compass?
Why the
But
fuck
did
are
you
we
get the
fucking
Devon
doing
Rue
this?
compass?
You got a fucking attitude right now.
I said, did you get the Devon Rue?
Really, I got it. It's on the fucking table.
Damn. But did you get the LaCroix?
Oh, gracious. I like you guys.
We don't just talk like that at home.
We're fucking pretending to fight like that while making dinner, and then Raven was singing Jane Says at like 12:30. I was like, this is why our neighbors are moving out. Because this is shit that we do.
Jane says!
All right, guys, I'm going to take a
Getting
quick...
ready, but Steven was gonna be real mad if I finished it.
You were going to repeat? Yeah.
No, I was gonna sing the rest of
Oh,
Jane
gotcha.
Says.
I'm going to take a quick opportunity now to remind those of you who have joined us before and inform those of you who haven't about a little Castle Mac house rule. We give away these little orange beads.
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 To each of the
Beads.
players. Those can be given to each other in exchange for a blue bead, which represents inspiration for us. We're also pretty liberal with inspiration. We let it be used as a reroll rather than having to preempt the expenditure of it.
Because we don't get it often.
That's right. So that, combined with divine inspiration, is meant to give our characters a little bit of a boost and also make it so that I can throw even harder challenges at them. These
Like baby rats. A
Our
hard challenge.
raptors.
Oh man.
Holy jeez, Louise!
Each of these represents 14 goblins, and they all attack Sean.
Yep.
But did you get the goblins?
And they all have advantage because of pact
I
tactics.
finally overdid it. And there was no way to walk it back once they're on the table. You're like, yep, that's
Are you talking about this right now? Okay. Those represent essentially non-combatant goblins who aren't armed. The rest of them are ones that seem to be carrying weapons. And in the middle of this, you see this woman who she described her character, is like got her hands out and seems to be trying to negotiate with him. And you've got a pretty high charisma, right? So you're sort of, you're like, hey, listen, I get what being a goblin's like. I've been there. And they're sort of, negotiating back. You don't hear the meat of the discussion, but as soon as Orpha just kicks the door in, the one she's speaking to, this one, who kind of seems to be in charge, looks at her and goes, "Friends of yours?" And he looks to the door, and he's like, "Ah!" And you see some of them sort of lazily looking up and around and looking like they're going to be preparing for battle. We're going to need to roll initiative, because they obviously do not think that was people here to negotiate.
Ooh, naturally initiative.
Yeah, man.
Net Inish!
Burn those 20s on initiative, please.
Yeah, natural.
When we did performance evaluations all week on all 29 of our employees, a lot of it was talking about taking initiative, and I was like, what would you have rolled?
Oh my god, look at that.
That's how I have to
You are a huge nerd.
make my days
You're a
fun.
huge nerd.
I didn't say that to them.
What did you even do with your life before D&D?
Okay, well, I was going to roll separate groups for them just to split them up, but they all got the bottom of the initiative anyway, so they get to act last. All right, here we go. Let's go around the horn. Orpha, where you at?
19.
19. Rosabelle, where you at?
Big 5.
5. Okay.
I would also like to point out that our daughter Isabel named Rosabelle.
She did.
It was her choice.
She did. She's pretty good at naming characters.
I'm at
Etrigan.
23.
Yep.
23.
And Yurikin.
20.
20.
Oh, man. All right, Orpha, we're going to say that you
These
both...
adventurers have seen a lot of shit.
You kicked the door open, and I think just to get out of their way, sort of followed through and kind of stormed in.
Yeah, that's fine. Move me closer to where it's all happening.
Well, you get to go first. I mean, I
Yeah.
can move you back.
No, it's fine.
I can't tell if this is sarcasm or if I just did you a favor. I don't know. I can't read it.
You probably did me a favor and I didn't recognize it or
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You did.
Huh.
I did you a favor, but you still wanted to throw it in my face. I get it. Etrigan,
You
you
can
are
just skip
first.
me.
That I will. As this scene unfolds, Rosabelle, you sort of look back like wide-eyed, like what the
In the middle of my negotiation, I was getting somewhere.
as they kicked the door open. But you clearly kind of look down and see the goblin who's been talking to you is like, "Snarf!" and pulls his sword on you as well.
That's such a dirty word.
It is,
So
I know.
rude.
He said
That
the
is
S
so
word.
rude.
Etrigan, you're up, my man. Let's get some battle music playing, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and germs.
Ladies and snarfs.
Okay, and I can
Not here.
see that he is now raising a dagger to her.
Yeah, I think it's clear to see. Although this represents a sea of goblins who are all sort of gasping, and it is a little difficult to tell who's going to come after you and who's not.
I was thinking just because she's obviously such a strange sight that it would be hard not to be like, what?
Right.
In any case, on this one pulling that, I'm going to do Frostbite. So
Okay.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw trying to beat DC 13.
Which one was it again?
On the leader.
Okay. What is the save?
13.
For? That is Constitution save. I believe that is a fail, sir. That is a fail.
Okay. Takes 1d6 damage and has disadvantage on its next attack before the end of its next turn. Takes 5 damage.
Okay. I'm going to mark this to just show that he's an old frosty boy.
So yeah, I think just it starts to form on his arms and joints as I pull into the room.
Yeah, he kind of gets hit by it, looks up wide-eyed at that, looks at you, mumbles under his breath, and looks was moments ago calmly negotiating with you for some expenditures, looking to potentially trade in their wares for a higher value than he was previously getting, but that was interrupted. Yurikin.
All right.
Oh, hey, we need to roll for Meepo. Sean, why don't you roll for Meepo?
Meepo.
Oh, well, Meepo rolled a 19. I think I got those kobold stats in here.
Let's just say he's
Yep,
like
I got it.
after.
Meepo might be-
Let's just say he's ahead of you.
Yeah, Meepo's a 21, actually.
I'll
so,
say Meepo's behind you, Spencer, ahead
Okay.
of Orpha.
Alright, I'm gonna roll into the room here. And I'm gonna also fire my longbow at the leader.
Okay.
That is a 17.
That is a hit, sir.
That is 4.
Okay. He's just... He's got an arrow sticking out and frost starting to melt on him, and he kind of staggers backwards. Still alive. Meepo.
I think Meepo comes in here, sees that sea of gerblins, and comes over here and holds an action to if somebody gets within 5 feet of him.
Makes
He'll
sense to me.
attack.
Yeah, he's like, ah! Ah! Backs up to the wall, sidles up next to you a little bit.
Oh my god.
Or
Whatever that was that you just did, do it again.
Ah! My little tipsy toesy.
Tippy taps.
Okay, where's Meepo at?
Over here.
Cha.
Okay.
Your cha.
Right. I'm probably... None of them have attacked us yet, right?
None of them have attacked.
But they're preparing their gear.
They are clearly drawing weapons and scrambling to pick up whatever's handy.
And I know you said this guy kind of is the leader, but does he look like the leader?
He only looks like the leader, that he's a little bit bigger, and you probably know that with goblins, might makes
Or just
right.
in general, the bigger the person, the
Yeah.
mightier.
But he was also the one that was like, ah! And pointed at
Okay.
you guys, and the rest of them seemed to react to it. You clearly saw that.
Okay, I've never done this before, so please help me. How do I go reckless?
Oh, you just say
You just
you're going to
declare
go
it
reckless.
And all that it does is it gives me advantage on my melee weapon attack rolls, but then also attack rolls against me have advantage.
Correct.
Until my next turn.
That's
Correct.
Do it.
I'm gonna go reckless.
You're so reckless.
I mean, you nearly died and just
I'm gonna
woke
die
up.
Pretty
anyway.
reckless.
We're all slowly dying.
Live fast, die young.
But not in the way
fast,
Chloe over
die
here.
young.
He's
Got
no
it,
death, he's no
tattooed
beans.
across the
Live
chest.
fast, die young, Orpha girls do it well.
Are you going after him?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
and
I am.
Bonus action to rage,
Recklessly.
I assume.
Yeah, sure.
Raging, reckless, Orpha.
And what does rage do again? I
It's
forget.
+2, and you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and
Correcto.
slashing
Okay, so I get +2 to my hit.
To your damage.
damage.
Okay. So I swing my. So,
So you
did I
come
use
in-
my action to do those things, or are those
Nope.
both bonus?
It's a bonus action to rage. Reckless isn't an action. It's just you just say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this attack
It's
recklessly."
an announcement.
And I can
A proclamation.
It's a formal declare.
and I can do the reckless as many
A
times as I
declaration.
want on my first.
Every
Well,
time you
that's cool.
attack, you can do it
Hear ye,
And it
hear
lasts until my next turn.
until your
right?
next turn.
Okay, sorry, I just have never
Yeah.
used it
Which
before.
means if you get your bonus attack, although you spent your bonus action to start your rage, but later on with your great weapon mastery, if you get your bonus action attack, it's also an advantage. All your melee attacks.
What do you mean
or-
by bonus action attack?
Remember your
Is that great
your great
weapon
weapon master,
Yeah.
where if you kill
Oh
someone,
yeah, I can then turn around and
Yeah.
like.
Or, as another example, if someone runs from you and you get that opportunity attack, that will also be an advantage.
Tight.
All your melee attacks.
Okay,
But the drawback is
And-
they all hit you with advantage, too.
but then that's only until my next turn, and then I have to announce I'm doing that again.
Right.
Okay, so I think I got that. Hopefully, I'll remember all of it.
Well,
8 plus
you-
5.
You got advantage. So roll again.
8 plus 5 doesn't hit.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you
you
could
could
crit.
crit
Roll again, because you got advantage.
How come I got advantage?
because you recklessly
'Cause you
attack.
recklessly attack.
Reckless.
I keep forgetting that that's advantage. I don't know. I'm just trying to read all this shit. 15.
15 is a hit.
Okay, so I hit that dude,
You hit that dude.
and then wait. Now I'm mixing. Sorry guys,
So
I'm
now you're
mixing up
rolling
all my
damage.
shit.
Yeah, it's okay.
What's
Your
giving me the
damage-
+2?
Your rage.
My rages.
Your rage is a D12, or your axe is a D12, plus your strength is a 3, plus your rage adds another 2. So
Hold on,
D12
you're throwing
plus
too
5.
many numbers at me. I'll get there.
Do we?
I can't do the numbers. 10 plus 3 plus 2. 15.
This goblin boss looks up at you. You look to your right and just see this woman just legs rippling on the beach, pumping iron towards you. A freight train, hair blowing behind her. How does this guy get split in half?
Right down the middle, and a little blood splatters up on her.
Yeah, just it's Tarantino style slow motion. You're just blood sprays.
It
all
keeps
over
going for an entire round.
And I laugh when I rage. Let's say I laugh while I'm reckless.
All right. Rosabelle, it is your turn. As she comes in and just cleaved in twain the goblin you were negotiating with. And quite frankly, they're goblins. You don't have any great love for them. You're sort of like, well, I don't know, how are you like?
I would be like, oh, it's the end of that deal. Snarf,
Serves me right for dealing with a bunch of snarfs.
Snarfs, man.
so
You mess with the snarf, you get the snacks.
The snacks.
The snacks.
Snacks.
all right.
Sorry for all the goblin swears tonight, guys. I know we're getting rowdy.
I guess
TGB.
I'd be
There's
like,
any young goblins watching.
oh, I'm not ever gonna get out of this now, so I'll just attack that goblin.
Okay.
I'll
That snarf?
yeah, but I would be at disadvantage there because he's adjacent.
You know what, though? He wasn't necessarily expecting you to attack because you've been talking to them for a minute. I'm going to let it ride for this one attack.
Oh, thanks.
I was going to give you advantage because he's essentially surprised that you're turning on him. I mean,
Yeah.
you were here chatting with them. He is ready for a fight, but he's not really looking at you.
Okay, well I'll hit him with the Eldritch Bee. 8 plus 5, 13.
That was unfortunately not a hit.
Really?
Yep. But he's kind of like, looks at you kind of wide-eyed, like almost betrayed as you just, and it zaps past him and you see some chunks of stone kind of come up off the floor. Alright, their turns. Big a goblin turn here. First up, all of these non-combatants start pouring towards this door, and it becomes a kind of terrifying / sad stampede. You see one of the larger goblins pick up a goblin in front of him and fling him over his shoulder, and they're just sort of pushing over each other. You see one gets flung to the ground. You could make an attack of opportunity on this non-combatant if you'd like to.
Make Meepo happy.
16 plus.
This woman, clutching something under her cloak, comes running by you, and you just... Goblin meat falls to the
I
ground.
feel a little bad, but hearing Meepo talk about all the fucked up shit they've been doing to him and like them.
Hey, that's
Goblins, man.
Don't make me feel bad about killing a goblin right now.
I'm gonna do it.
that's an oversimplification. A goblin, but this one was a woman with child.
She didn't know that.
I didn't
She
know that.
didn't
She
know that.
reacted
Yes,
to movement.
that was totally in
I'm
character.
just trying to make it worse for you. Okay. This goblin comes rushing at you, Etrigan, and immediately Meepo leaps into action with pack tactics, sir.
Oh, yeah. 14?
That is unfortunately not a hit. Meepo stabs at him, and he just knocks the blade away, takes his eyes off you, and goes to attack Meepo. And misses. Meepo kind of knocks the blade away. He stabs at him. Meepo kind of hops to the side. His tail kind of slaps you as it does. Curls around your leg a little, so he pulls himself into you with his tail. This goblin. High, low. Low is Meepo.
Me.
Attacks you. Oh!
Yes, we're using
Burning it.
Yeah.
That one is
Burning
the Geordie
the divine
LaForge.
inspiration. Double Twinkie.
Wait,
you wanna
no,
burn
it
the
doesn't
other
count
one?
because you didn't roll the actual.
It counts.
It
That's
counts,
a
it counts.
roll.
But you could burn the other one if you want.
Hell no.
Okay. For 7 damage. As he comes and just slashes this jagged, rusty short sword across you.
Short sword.
Why? Why though? This one kind of makes his way through the stampeding crowd, has a short bow, sees Yurikin, lets loose with a shot. What's your armor class?
14.
He misses, in fact. You kind of see him doing it and just kind of duck, and it sails slowly and clatters off the stone wall behind. This one attacks you, Orpha.
Advantage.
Orpha. Come on, Orpha. What's your armor class?
14.
No, wait, hold on. I forgot because I'm not wearing any armor. So what is it? Plus what?
Con and Dex for you. 10 plus Con and Dex.
We were talking about this in the car ride. Hold
Yeah.
on, I
Oh
forgot.
goodness! Castle Mac Coach just dropped another.
Wait, what do I add? Con plus Dex?
Con plus Dex plus 10.
If you unwield
15.
the armor that you may or may not be wearing, it'll show up in your...
I just accidentally added a bunch of shit and didn't realize.
She was wearing armor and it was less than her unarmored.
Oh, gotcha.
Michael Sean Moore.
15.
15. He does get you, in fact, with a 12 on the roll. And hits you for 4 damage. You will take 2 because you are raging. The one who you just Eldritch Blast looks at you and he's like, attacks you. Oh! I am on fire!
Oh my
Triple
God.
Use-
crits!
Backup character.
Triple crits! You gonna reroll it?
Got that turkey.
Right.
He
This-
got that turkey.
This one is, let's see, we had Wiley, or no, Forgebreaker was the first one. This
Jordy
is
the
from,
Forgebreaker.
oh gosh, what was it? It's
It's Utilitas.
Utilitas, yes. Is that how you say it? Utilitas or Utilitas? Utilitas! It is still a hit, because I rolled a 19, but it is no longer a critical hit.
Was not a crit hit.
For 4 damage, my dear. And finally, this one
Don't call me my dear.
This one
damaging my character.
has a short bow, and he bangs on the door behind him. Draws a short bow and fires at you, Orpha, because you're the big scary lady. 18. Oh, and hot.
He gets
Some,
advantage.
He does get. Yeah, I guess you do with range. It's not just melee attacks.
Their attacks, I think.
Okay, I think you're right. Okay. For 7 becomes 3 because of your rage. As you see this bloodlust just arrow sticks in her, and she just she bites it, pulls it out. Etrigan, it's your turn, sir.
All right. Well, with them on top of me, I'm going to flourish my whip just and try to hit the one right in front of me with a green flame whip.
Green flame whip.
Flourish the pinky.
That green flame whip hits.
That is 4 damage to him and 3 damage to the other one.
Okay. It's just you kind of whip it good, and then the back end of the whip kind of twirls, and the flame kind of spins off it and slams into the other one. Yorikin.
Remind me what
Yorikin.
action surge does.
You just get a second action, basically a second
Okay.
attack or dash. It's once per short rest. You just
Cool.
attack again.
All right, I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna kind of like.
Hey, can you give me a coffee if you're going up to get coffee?
You want coffee?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
There
okay.
you go, your
Oh
coffee.
my gosh.
Actually, I'll just take a bubbly instead. Just a bubbly.
Shoot,
Just a
what
bubbly.
was this?
Thank you.
Change your minds. All right, so I'm gonna use the action. So it's bonus action, right? Or just a whatever.
Action
to
surge?
declare it,
Yes.
You just
Yep.
it's another
And you
declaration.
can do it after you do your other action, but I mean, there's so many goblins. Yeah, you'll
so I'm
want to.
gonna kind of like slide back against the wall here, so back away from these goblins, and then fire back at the one right in front of Etrigan.
Okay.
14.
Unfortunately, that is not quite a hit.
Dang.
He kind of ducks, and the arrow flies right over his head.
All right, I'm definitely gonna action surge. I'm gonna
Okay,
try
same
the same
guy.
thing again.
That is a hit, sir.
Okay. That is 11.
How does this goblin meet his doom?
I think as he's facing Etrigan, it kind of just goes right through the side of his head and just kind of drops into the ground.
Falls down dead. Meepo.
Attacks this one right in front of it. Yep. That is a d6 with his short sword. That's 8 damage.
He's looking to the side as that one took an arrow hit, and Meepo just steps on his foot and pushes the short sword up through his stomach, and he's just... Meepo pushes it with all his might into it. the goblin just collapses to his knees, and Meepo puts his little scaly foot on it to pull the blade out. Orpha. Eat Orpha.
This one. Okay, so I'm still raging, right? Because it lasts a minute.
Uh-huh. As long as you attack or are attacked.
And I'm not reckless anymore. But okay.
But you could be.
If you tried.
I always reckless. I'm gonna be real with
Okay,
you.
I'm just gonna reckless because all it does is just keeps giving me advantage.
Yeah, and you take half damage, so it's sort of...
Whatever.
You typically put out a lot of damage, you could be dropping something.
13
Yeah, because in
plus.
this case, you went hit, would have missed. So you hit.
At what level do you get your second attack as a
5.
Barbie?
5.
Yeah.
5 for most things.
D12, right?
6 for
Yep.
a handful of others.
D12 plus 5. Subclasses that give extra attacks are 6.
16.
Alright, I think, unless you have a specific thing in mind, Orpha just, not even gracefully at all, turns to him, just swings the axe out, and it just cleaves right through him.
And then, bonus action.
Absolutely. 2 halves of a goblin fall twitching to the floor.
18 plus.
And you can roll advantage on that too, since you already reckless, just to see if you get that crit. You did not, but you did hit.
2 plus 4 plus 2, right?
2 plus 3 plus 2. Your
Wait.
strength is 16, right?
Oh, wait, sorry, I was reading the wrong thing. 2 plus 3 plus 2. 5.
That
So,
is
7.
it. And that crushes him. And this one is he starts to run away. You step on his knee, because they're so low to the ground, push his knee to the ground, and just right into his skull as he trips to the ground.
This woman surrounding you is just spraying blood all over
Okay,
the place.
as I had the... Okay,
Soaked in
so let's say
goblin blood.
when I went to hit that one, and then I would have whipped around, winked at her, and then, like, gotten the other one.
Oh yeah, because she a
Nice,
pretty
nice.
lady.
I like it.
And I would have been like, hello.
She does have 17 charisma, if I remember correctly, so she a looker.
I would have been like, hello, I am Orpha.
Hello.
Marvel at how strong I am.
Hello.
I could protect you. if you
Hello.
would let me.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Alright.
Hello.
Oh my god. This one, obviously seeing you guys crushing them, draws an arrow. And these ones start pouring through this door, and again, it's like a huge, awful traffic jam. Fires at you, Etrigan. What's your armor class?
16.
That is a miss. You kind of see it coming and duck a little bit, and it just clatters on the stonework behind you. He then runs over here and starts shoving his way past some of these other goblins. He's a little bit bigger and stronger as one of the fighters, just shoving past them. That goblin at the door bangs on the door again. Boom, 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 boom. And then shoots at you, Orpha, because you're the big scary lady.
Nope.
That is, in fact, a miss. And with that, we're to the top of the round with Etrigan.
Okay. Let me see. So, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. With him, I will go ahead and shoot a ray of frost at him.
Okay.
That would be a 15.
That is a hit, sir.
Okay, so that is a D8, and it's right. It's D8 on ray of frost.
Yeah.
Got it. That's 7 damage, and his speed's reduced.
How does he
by 10.
die from this ray of frost?
I think Etrigan is now feeling the cold, and I now think when he casts spells, just like when Calcric said, he starts to get like the cold breath, just low. But I think just crystals form midway, just.
Nice. He kind of hits, slides down, slumps his head down. With that, Uriken, you see these goblins just trying to pour out that door. What do you do?
So the one larger goblin, is he like kind of significantly above all the short ones? Could I feasibly hit him through that?
Yes, he will have armor advantage. Or he'll have a little bit of extra armor
Okay.
applied to his armor class.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at that goblin.
Alright, take a shot.
Ah!
Okay, roll it. That 20.
It's
Young
That
20.
is 9 plus 3, so 12.
All right. He's pushing through the crowd. You see him pick up one of the little goblins, and he's almost using it as a shield. And you're like, you line it up, wait for the clear shot, right in the back of his head, just falls to the ground and gets trampled by the crowd. All right, we're gonna come out of initiative unless you guys want to harass these poor goblin folk fleeing.
No.
Meepo sort of looks like he's gonna, and then looks at the rest of you.
Meepo, you tell us. Yes or no. I do what you say here.
Meepo's like, Meepo hate goblin. Meepo, make them leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look back. No. We can have them leave this place, this entire place. I don't know that we need to go cutting a swath through them.
And they're still trying to push through the door.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would be like, ah! And like slam my axe on the ground and be like, never come back here.
Nice. Why don't you make an intimidation check? I'll give you advantage on it.
I can't read. 9 plus 2. 11.
I mean, you're still a big, scary woman who just cut down all of their soldiers. None of them respond, but you hear them go in here, and the door slams.
The shaking hand was such a good effect.
The shaking hand was them. The door slams shut.
I always forget to give inspirations. I'm going to give inspiration for screaming the goblins out of the...
Good call. Yeah,
I'll
make
give
sure not
some
to mix these
inspo
up.
for that 20.
There you go. The info
Yeah,
exchange.
that
Info
shot
exchange.
was
That's a
pretty
good
dope.
shot. Okay. With that, you're in this room. There's this woman standing there kind of surveying the mess. There's a huge pile of just garbage down here. The light, again, in this room is provided by a purple fluorescent fungus. It's just kind of growing up the sides. It's kind of, again, this looked like it could have been a huge, maybe not a cathedral, but it's got a pretty high ceiling, maybe 40 feet up. It's arched. You can see kind of some, not flying buttresses, but some supports that are sort of, maybe at one time were kind of artistic looking, but the goblins have completely destroyed this place. What do you all do now?
Hello, I'm Orpha. What are you doing down here?
I had come trying to convince them to give me an apple.
An apple?
Where did you hear about this apple?
It's from the village, where I'm from.
Did you want the white one or the red one?
I wanted both,
For why?
just to know.
To use?
To study, I guess.
That's fair.
Okay, but are you bad?
Are you that person?
You see a little kobold with them kind of giving you the stink eye a little bit. He's trying to get a read on you.
Yeah.
Do
He
we
does the slow walk around.
Do we kill you or do we help you?
You do not need to kill me. You can help me. I am good.
Okay, I'll put my book back away.
We're looking for a few adventurers that went missing down here.
I don't know anything about them.
Apparently the village receives that apple from the goblins or somebody once a year. Nobody's ever taken the white one. It means death, from what they told us.
I've only heard about it.
We
I
have a-
also have never heard of anyone taking it.
Not. We certainly have no real interest in the apple beyond like yourself. It would be a wonder to behold, but we managed to find one of the party on the other side, but not the two we've come looking for. They were twins.
How old?
Well, I didn't actually think to ask. It was a brother and a sister. It was a brother and a sister.
Young enough to have parents looking for them.
Young enough to have parents looking for them, unfortunately. Get an inspo for that. That was a good question.
That was good.
You can join us, or we can join you.
I speak Goblin. I'm sure you've heard. I could be an asset to you.
Absolutely.
What is with him, Meepo?
This is Meepo.
Meepo, warrior.
Bravest of his people.
I see. The kobold.
Actually, Meepo looks at you when you say that. He's like, eyes look a little like he blinks kind of hard.
Just trying to keep it together.
To keep the stiff upper lip.
He's like this.
The kobolds allowed us passage through their warren to come here and partly to deal with their goblins, but they're also looking for a wormling that unfortunately we had to dispose of.
I see.
Now Meepo get revenge.
I understand.
Meepo let his people take whole place. We expand here. This ours now. Meepo proud. Meepo do this with friends.
Very good, Meepo.
We do have a deal that if we return, there is a key over the queen's throne that leads to a door that depicts a Chardalon that I much desire to go through.
I need to short one.
Why don't you make a history check? Are you proficient in history?
I don't know.
It's my first day.
Asking me for it.
I'll let you roll it then. See if you've heard it. Leave it to chance.
I rolled an 11.
Nah, you're not sure.
What is a Chardalon?
This ancient red dragon, a scourge of this region. The destruction wrought is written into the history books now. Although I couldn't tell you what books, or why I fully know that.
Are you part dragon?
I don't know. What would make you say that?
You're silver.
I am.
Meepo kind of continues looking up at you, a little bit in awe.
Like, I was tasked
Like you
by
just
a
did a
dragon.
magic trick.
I was tasked by a dragon. She gave me a small fortune and told me to seek out. I have no memory of my past.
But you do know magic.
I don't know how I know it.
Probably. I think based on what I would know, I would understand that he's like a draconic sorcerer, probably.
I think that's reasonable. Are you proficient in Arcana? Okay. If you're proficient in it, yes, you get that magic has probably come naturally to him, and that it is quite frequent to see draconic blood, at the very least, draconic influence in sorcerers.
When did you wake up with these abilities?
The Well of Dragons. I woke up with no name, but I woke up with these. And I think for the first time I'll undo my shirt to reveal, just mortal. Almost looks like an autopsy has already been done. Just
Beetle wounds.
How far are we from the well?
Pretty far.
I don't
You've
think I would have been there.
Yeah, maybe not have been there. I don't remember fully your
Certainly heard of it.
depth, but yeah, you would have known about it 100%.
You were at the Great Battle.
apparently.
And you?
I wasn't there.
I was there. That is where I lost Imsa, the love of my life. Orpha has not been the same ever since.
Everyone that I've talked to that has come back from that battle has left missing something. Memory, loved one.
Not loved one. Only one.
We had not heard that.
I don't think
Up
that
until this point, right?
Yeah.
was. Yeah, I don't think you guys have heard that.
Orpha, I'm sorry.
There's no need to be sorry. She is out there. I will find her someday.
Perhaps we will.
I'm kind of like shell shocked because I'm seeing his battle scars for the first time and hearing about that for the first time. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, learning a lot about them.
If not for Imsa, I would not be okay with these spells, magic, It's not usually okay for my people. Insa opened my eyes to the world around me. Made Orpha a different woman. Better woman.
She sounds very special.
I'll start cleaning my axe a little.
Love it. I'll give you inspiration, but you already have some.
Oh wow, thanks.
Well, what of you?
I was not at the well. I've only heard the stories. I'm not from there. I'm from a smaller town not far from here. Which is how I heard of the apple.
Would make sense.
I understand that the goblins would go from village to village. I don't know if they had one or more than one just trying to sell them.
Huh.
They only had one to sell.
That's strange. We had the one village, they said they bought it every time, but perhaps they had
if
more.
every village has the same story.
That's true.
Or maybe all other villages are smart enough not to take magic apple.
I have a bit of magic. I'm not like you. I know where it comes from, but I don't know how I got chosen to have it.
Where does yours come from?
I don't have a name for her. She's just a voice that I hear and lights that I see.
That's interesting.
It's a warm feeling, and it's bright. And it allows me to help people that have been hurt. And it's a skill that I keep perfecting, which is why I want to have this apple. I feel like it has something to do with me.
I know that feeling.
I don't understand it. And I think that if I could see it, maybe I would.
I think you should most certainly have this apple. If it could help,
And
if
I
you're
think-
guided by something, then certainly you have to find it.
I think that you should see this statue to a Shardalon, then. I think we all have very strong ties to whatever mission. It seems like we're going in the same direction.
Agreed. Yurikin, something you're looking for that we've missed? It seems we're all looking for something.
I have to find what I'm looking for first.
Very well. That makes sense. Well, then I suppose... I didn't even ask your name.
Oh, I am Rosabelle.
Rosabelle, that's very pretty.
Thank you.
Rosabelle.
I'm Etrigan.
Etrigan.
Yurikin.
Yurikin.
No,
Orpha.
no relation.
I would laugh at that.
They say this, but they are so tiny, I don't know.
He has pointy ears.
I mean, maybe suddenly struck me like, I don't know, I suppose we could be. How would I know? I lost in thought for a moment.
I think you all have a lot to learn about yourselves.
Can we take a short rest while we're
I was
having
about
this
to say,
conversation?
while you're mid-convo, go ahead and spend hit dice, short rest it up if you guys would like.
Oh.
Smokes.
Do my healing pool come back on a sugar roll?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Oh, can I ask you this? It says at first level you gain the ability to channel celestial energy to heal wounds. You have a pool of d6s that you spend to fuel healing. The number of dice in the pool equals 1 plus your warlock level, so I have 3 right now. As a bonus action, you heal 1 creature you see within 60 feet, spending dice from the pool. So I use all 3 dice.
I think you can choose how many to spend. I think it's a little bit like a paladin's lay on hands. I think you could be
But
like, I'm going to give you 1.
I have a pool of 3 dice.
Yes,
So I
yep.
could spend all 3 at one time and then I'm done.
You could, or you could do 1 and 1 and 1.
one. Okay, that's what I thought.
That's the way I hear it.
I wasn't sure if it was like I have a pool of 3 dice and then I split them up as see fit, or if I have a pool of like 9 dice.
I think typically pool means it's a resource that you can pull. You can pull from the pool.
Pull from the pool.
Yeah, just
Okay.
pull from the pool.
I do.
Yeah, so I think you can. I think you can spend them 1 at a time,
Okay.
or more.
All
or,
at once.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 or many at a time.
Gotcha.
Can we grab a quick break before we clearly
Yes,
head on?
absolutely. Guys, we'll take a quick break. We'll BRB. Thank you for joining us. Give us 10 minutes or so. and
BRPP.
We'll keep on exploring the Sunless Citadel. Welcome back to Red Vines Presents, Castle Mac Presents, Tales from the Yawning Portal Presents, the Sunless Citadel.
From our legal department. We are in no way, shape, or form affiliated with Red Vines or Red Vines Inc. Nor any other sponsors, for that matter, that may or may not come up during the remainder of this stream.
Oh my god.
Don't sue us.
Okay, what do you guys do, snuggle buddies?
We go on.
Well, that goblin was banging on that door. Any chance you know what's through there? And I mean, pointing to that door.
Any chance I know?
Let's say this.
Okay.
You speak Goblin.
Yes.
You're pretty intelligent. You probably know a thing or two about goblins. Do you want to come up on the fly with how your character came to learn Goblin? Good opportunity to kind of improv that background. We're talking about these kind of build the background as we go.
Well,
how
yeah,
does she
I'd already
speak
thought
Goblin?
about that. So
Beautiful.
the celestial that I have had.
Burping over here like it's nothing. What's with this guy?
Yeah, God, how disgusting. We would never. Am I doing this in character? Okay.
Yeah.
Unique Unork. Okay.
Unor.
Unique Unork. Got it. We're good to go.
Unor.
I was in a goblin town called New
Sometimes
York.
Unork.
Unor.
Unique
Unork.
Unork, New York.
Sometimes unique, sometimes change.
I'm never coming back from this.
Good. That was awesome.
I'm sweating. The faceless celestial who comes to me, she has taught me Goblin. She's the one that told me about this apple, and that's why I feel her so important.
Okay, so to answer the question, she doesn't know much about Goblin society, so she has no idea what's on the other side of that door.
I can ask.
What? Even so, I think we could just go through the door. That is interesting, though. The celestial. It's fairly fascinating. More
She's
conversations.
Always been in my head. I forget that it's unusual.
Everything is unusual to me. Should we press on?
Yes.
All right.
Through the door, friends. Through the door. Yes. Yes. Through the door.
Some deodorant, you know.
Wow. All right, Sean, you're in charge of fixing the camera.
I'll just move it. Just tilt it. Just tilt the whole base. Perfect.
That's what I was doing
There we go.
already, and then you confused me. I've been confounded.
All right, who opens that door? Orpha, you open that door?
Yep.
All right, as soon as you open the door, it opens easily. You hear, "Who are you and what are you doing here?
Shit.
This tribe belongs to me. I am Belloc and I am the master of the Durgan tribe. What is your business here?" Let me describe the room to you, briefly.
Four motherfucking bugbears.
Those are actually hobgoblins. I just
Okay.
Hobbear miniatures.
All right.
Yes, and you do recognize them as hobgoblins, which are, frankly, no less nasty. Okay?
What's a hobgoblin look like?
I'll show you. Just give me one moment.
Like the handsome orcs. No.
I can Google it.
Okay, a circular shaft pierces the floor of this 40-foot-ish, larger than that, chamber. Dim violet light comes up and shines out of the shaft. revealing sickly white and gray vines that coat the entire walls of the shaft, just growing up and out of the top. The light is supplemented in here by 4 wall torches set equidistant around the periphery of the chamber, so it's quite bright in here. There's a crudely fashioned stone throne sitting on the curve of the northwest side of the wall. There's a large iron chest which serves as the throne's footstool. A sapling grows in a wide, large pot in one side. It's kind of a weird, almost oily looking plant. No leaves on it, just this black, twisted, looks kind of like a vine tree.
A vine tree.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's like a tree that's like olive trees, I think, kind of are quite
Yeah.
like twisted and kind of like it's like a vine but grows like a tree, I guess. I'm great at describing plants. I really like nature. And so he says that to you all. And there's 2 standing there just ready to fight. Did you see what the hobgoblins look like?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
There were some goofy ones on Google, so I don't know what you're picturing.
There's a hobgoblin for you.
Shit.
He looks pretty regal. Just saying.
Well, he addressed you.
Me. All of
party.
us.
Whoever.
Don't dilly out there. Come in, and tell me why you're here.
Okay.
Yep, move in. Alright.
You also see one goblin standing over there. This goblin is in robes and doesn't actually have a weapon, and is looking a little bit like cowardly, kind of looking between him and you all entering.
Well, we were drawn here looking for adventurers that went missing. Perhaps you could tell us where they are.
They are lost forever. They dwell forevermore in the Twilight Grove. So there you have your answer. You should turn tail and leave now.
What grows in the Twilight Grove?
Wouldn't know. Whatever it is, it can't be good, right?
Suppose not. I'm afraid our task is to find their bodies, though, and bring them back, should they not be alive.
Unlikely. I can't allow you to pass.
Well, then I'm afraid we've come to it, haven't we?
He stands up, about 6.5 feet tall, draws a longsword. I was hoping we had. Let's roll some initiative, y'all.
Fucking Meepo's ready to go.
Okay, we've got a lot of different initiatives to rock on right now.
Initiatives.
Okay, let's go around the horn. Let's get the battle music set proper.
New York. It's hard.
Unique Unork, as they say.
It's hard when you go to
All right,
New York.
Orpha, where are you at?
New York. New York.
15. Roosevelt, where are you at?
12.
12. Etrigan.
I'm at 8. Meepo is at 21.
Dang.
Meepo's eager.
Dang.
Did we use all of our divines? Or did you move one off the table?
I think we...
Divine?
I think there is one left.
Yeah,
I think
there's
there is
one
Yeah,
left.
I think
You're right.
you took
Yep.
it away from us.
Yeah, I was trying to sneak one by. How about Uriken? Where are you at?
16.
Okay, I think that was
Above Orpha.
Above Orpha. Yeah, you were 14. All right, I've got a couple things. This is the boss himself. The boss himself.
Bruce Springsteen's here?
Nice. pretty good. The boss gets a 10. Where were you, Roosevelt? You were 8, right?
Me? No, I was 12.
Okay.
Was he born in New York?
This is the remaining 3 hobgoblins. Oh boy. They can put a hurt, let me tell you what. This is the goblin over there. And this is something else.
What the?
Something else.
God, so many little initiatives.
I know.
wicked this way comes.
I don't like it.
Okay. Meepo gets to go first.
Are there more enemies than Are there more
Meets the eye.
enemy tents? Yeah.
There
Are
might
there more
be.
enemies that meet the eye?
No.
I mean, I
More
think
enemies than meets
Meepo's
the eye.
probably out of fear stabbing at this hobgoblin right
Oh,
next to us.
Meepo's ready. Meepo is ready.
Good Meepo. Oh!
Oh!
Meepo with the grab.
Meepo!
Yes. Heartbreaking and standard for Sean.
6
gosh.
damage.
Sean does not
Big
need
crit.
to roll for Meepo.
Okay.
We were counting.
Meepo's just like stabs it and he's like, and it puts a hurt on him. His armor kind of splays open, some metal plates in his armor kind of falls down. He looks down at Meepo, raises his huge longsword, and just tries to chop down at Meepo.
No.
What's Meepo's armor class?
12.
Oh man. I mean, it's a huge clanging noise as it hits the ground because he put all of his strength behind it. And the sword sparks, maybe even dents at the end a little bit, but Meepo is just too quick for him. Meepo's like, whoop!
A quick question.
Yeah.
A quick. I'm sorry.
God, why?
I'm a cast bolt.
I'm sorry.
In all that garbage, would there have been a shield that Meepo probably would have scavenged? You tell me, man.
Good question.
Meepo's industrious.
I think he's industrious, but I don't think we skipped any time there. I think you guys spent the
You're
2 or
right.
3 minutes talking there, and I don't think he was like, BRB, looking for a shield.
Yeah, you're
I think
right.
he was puffing his chest out, feeling good with the gang, so
Got
no,
it.
I don't think he got a shield.
Got
But
it.
You can think about it now before you proceed. Okay, this one right here draws his longsword at you, Yuriken, raises it back, takes a huge sweeping slash at you. What's your armor class, my dude?
14.
Ooh, that is a hit, unfortunately. Got bad news on this hit.
Don't hurt.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
That will be... Just make sure I got that right. 12 damage, sir.
Oh no.
And I mean, you feel the force behind it. He slashes across you. You're just like, kind of. Oops. Take that back. Hold on. Take back 5 of that damage.
So it's
Just
did
7.
3? Or is there 7?
Yeah, just at 7. Sorry, misread something.
Okay.
Slashes across you, and I mean, you feel the force behind it as you just sort of, get pushed back, and he growls at you, gets his face right in yours, looks at you, and is like, I'll kill you first, elf. This one
Kind of a
draws his blade,
Whoa, man.
comes rushing in, stands right here.
elfist.
Arfa, roll me a die. High, low. Actually, I take that back. He would attack you. Sorry. Hobgoblins, man.
Hobgoblins are...
Hobgoblins. Hate them and elf. This one, I mean, you see that one who's like just snarling at you. See the other one coming in. Kind of raise your bow and just sort of swing it at him to throw him off guard as he slashes at you. But you're just able to dodge out of the way. Yuriken, it is your turn.
I don't know why.
Alright, can I like try and dive in between them and do like a little roll thing? I got like really high acrobatics, so like
What are you trying to do?
like to get behind them and get far enough that I could actually use my bow, not at a disadvantage.
You could, but I'm going to make it it's the disengage action.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there is an action that
Right.
covers what you're
Otherwise they
trying to
would-
do.
Okay.
I will let you roll an acrobatics check.
Okay.
You will need a 20 or better.
Ooh.
Otherwise, they're both making reaction attacks on you.
Oh, God.
That's my
Okay.
devil's
Okay.
offer for you. Oh, hey, what's up, Straticus? Thank you. Appreciate that raid, man.
Thanks, Scrat!
Welcome. We're in a pretty nasty fight right now in the Sunless Citadel. So that is my offer to you.
Okay.
If you do not beat a 20, they will both get attacks of opportunity on you if you want to shoot.
Okay. Now I'm just gonna pull the short sword and take a swing at the first one that swung at me.
Okay.
The one that hit me.
Got it.
So that was a 12.
You swing your short sword at him, and he raises the long sword, bing, clings it, and pushes you back, and your feet just slide along the ground a little bit. He kind of pushes you back
So
into.
since we did a short rest,
bit.
and I'm gonna action surge again,
Tight.
and I'm gonna try and take another swing at the same guy. Gosh.
You got that
Unfortunately.
inspo, my
Do you have
man.
an
Do you have an
inspo?
I'm
inspo?
gonna go ahead and spend that.
That's right.
I
We
guess
are
so.
liberal with the
I gotta
inspo.
do
Get the
some- I
reroll.
gotta do some damage. Gosh.
I know
Spencer!
how you feel,
Oh my
Spencer.
God.
I know how
Do you want to
feel.
burn the one divine inspiration
Nope.
left?
No, I'm gonna save
Okay,
that one.
alright.
So,
You
three
swing at
times.
him 3 times, and I mean, he's just knocks it away. On the last one, you swing with all your might, giving into a little bit of fury. He smacks it back, your hand goes flying free, and he steps forward into your face. He's like, and as he does, some blood trickles out of his mouth from where he was hit earlier. Okay. Orpha.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm going to reckless and use my second rage.
Cool. You could also, if you wanted to, second wind since you took so much damage.
Okay.
I
I'm gonna
imagine you would've-
save it. I
Save
think.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm here, so I'm attacking that.
The one right next to you? Got
Yep.
it.
So I'm rolling with advantage, right?
Yes, you are if you're attacking recklessly.
How's a 19?
Ooh, yeah, that definitely hits him.
7 plus 5, right?
7 plus 5, that is correct. That is 12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to describe how that hobgoblin dies?
I chop off its arm.
You kind of kick him down. He falls down to the ground screaming and squealing.
We don't want any trouble.
You have a bonus action, I believe.
I
you
used
use it to rage.
Yeah,
right.
I made that call though, I remember.
Right, that was good. Okay. The goblin over there starts uttering something in a strange tongue. You can hear it, Rosabelle, and see that it's not goblin. It's something else. He's just like, "Brah, snow, brah."
Yes.
Raises his hand. I need the 3 of you to make me charisma saves, please.
Not me.
Not you.
Cool.
What? Okay.
16.
Ah, if only I had an inspo.
Nobody gave
That's
Sean
a
no inspos.
Nobody like me.
Okay, both of you suddenly just the edges of your vision goes black a little bit, and you feel like almost like the torches dim, and you just feel a little heavier as you move. You just almost feel like you're just walking through deep water or molasses or something. You both are suffering the effects of Bane right now. Any attack rolls will be a D4 subtracted from the roll.
Y'all got Bane.
Rosabelle.
Yeah,
The
bang.
Bane of his existence.
Rosabelle, your turn.
Cool.
Sometimes unique, sometimes Unork. Rosabelle.
It's exactly what they say.
Yep. Hit it.
My hometown of Unork.
I just spit. Oh god, that's so much.
Nice. Well, thankfully nobody saw that.
Just the whole stream.
What's
Just a raid.
which one is the one that's being elf racist right now?
This one is specifically the elf race hater.
Okay, I want to hex him.
Ooh, okay.
Cool.
What is that? It's not a save or anything, is it?
It's not.
It's
He
auto
just-
magic.
He's straight up hexed right now.
Okay, and that's your
So-
bonus action. What attribute are you going to affect for the saves? It is saving throws, right?
It is, yeah. Dex, I guess.
Okay.
Whatever. It's fine. And now I will attack him with an Eldritch BB.
Okay.
BB.
Oh! That
20K.
crit life.
20K.
All right. So you were rolling 2d10 and 2d6, I believe.
Oh, Cucky
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You norked him.
I marked him.
Looking good.
He's fully norked.
God, it feels so good when you get to nork someone.
I know, man. Nork you, dude.
Okay, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's 18 damage right there, my dear.
Okay, thanks, Dungeon Math.
I'm doing the dungeon math
Dungeon
for
math.
you.
Dungeon Master.
Yurikin, you feel a hand on your shoulder that pushes a little bit, and you just instinctively duck as you just lean forward, and his body is absorbed in this force and goes flying back, slams into the stones behind him and falls, and there's cracks in the stone left from the force of your blast as he falls down dead.
Oh, he's dead?
He is dead.
That's right. What happens to my hex? Can I move it?
Bonus action, you can move it. It is concentration, but with a bonus action, you can pick a new target.
Cool.
If it works like Hunter's Mark, which I think
it
does.
Okay. The boss man gets up. It's like, "Roar!" While he hates an elf, I'm going to let him roll for this. Orpha. On a low, he will attack you. On a high, he will attack young Spencer's character here. He does, in fact, attack you, Orpha. He comes in, and you're just like, knock it away with your axe. His arm kind of flies back. He looks a little wide-eyed for a second, and then snarls at you. Etrigan.
Okay, well, since I'm baned, I am going to close my eyes for a moment, reach out both of my hands. I'm going to magic missile, and I'm going to have 2 of those go to the hobgoblin and 1 go to that little piece of shit
Which
over there.
hobgoblin? The boss?
Well, no, the one right in
Oh, the
front
one
of me.
who's hurt already? Okay, got it.
I have 1 go over here, so the 1 going over to that little shitter is 5 damage on him.
Okay.
8 damage on this hobgoblin in front of me.
Would you like to describe how the hobgoblin dies to your missiles of force?
These missiles hit, I mean, he just... The first one slams him into the wall, and the second one just caves in his chest cavity.
Yeah, no, let them finish their
Yeah, y'all good. That's fine.
Chest cavity.
I got it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Chest cavity.
You repeated just the last thing I said.
Chest cavity.
And you do see the little fella over there take the hit. But you still feel this heavy, creeping dread upon you. Before your very eyes, this potted plant starts moving. And it's got these sort of vines that almost look like limbs, and it stretches, and you see these roots pull up out of the dirt and step out onto the stone. And it very quickly moves over to right there.
It's a little fast plan.
It's a little fast boy. And it comes and attacks. Roll me a die. Low, high.
It's
attacking the elf. It does miss, and as it claws at you with this limb, the limbs start to twist, and it almost forms into a slightly humanoid shape. Looks a little something like that.
Like what?
Mm.
Like the...
It's about 3.5 feet
Groot.
tall.
It kind of looks
Like Mean Groot.
It kind of looks like the tree from Strahd. The Golthias tree.
A little bit. It is Meepo's turn.
Meepo, I think, would... and would head over this way to another small target.
Yeah, he charges him.
Don't worry, guys. I got this one.
He feels like straight up the best warrior we have.
I know.
Let me tell you that is a 14.
That is a hit. In fact, Meepo, seeing the hobgoblin die, he just looks at that and he's like, "Ah!" Comes running at him.
I'll roll the damage.
No, I'm controlling Meepo.
I'll roll the damage.
He does 3 damage.
You know what? The magic missile burn from earlier. Meepo comes running at him, knocks him to the ground, looks at him, raises the short sword, and the goblin sticks its hands up. No! Just black goblin blood all over Meepo.
That's fucking hell.
For Calcrix.
Okay, Yurikin. You've got a plant man
Ooh.
and a hobgoblin in front
Well,
of you.
I'm gonna take a swing at the plant man in front of me. With the short sword.
Whoa!
That's a good one.
Young 20.
Woeing intensifies.
So it's a 8 plus 3, so 11 minus a
Oh, that would have been on your attack roll, but
it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Spencer, you slash at him and realize the blade does some damage to him, but it's not quite enough. So in one fluid motion after slashing, as your brain processes, you reach out, grab him, hold him up to one of the torches and the sconces, and just watch it starts writhing. You throw it on the ground as it sort of, all of its limbs kind of compress into itself and it turns to cinders. Orpha.
Wait, still reckless.
Yeah. Oh, you reckless. I should have had advantage on you on attacks. Oh well, I forgot. That is a hit.
I'm wondering.
Nobody's been more bummed to hit.
Right?
But you still...
Little scratch.
Plus
6
5.
damage.
Yeah.
You slash against him, and he kind of grabs the axe just before it still hits his shoulder, and he kind of shoves it back, and he takes a step back, and he's like, I yield. Belloc yields. This tribe is dead anyways. Belloc yields. It is Rosabel's turn.
Does Rosabel know anything about hobgoblins?
I don't think so. I think earlier we kind of explored what you know about goblin society in general, and hobgoblins are kind of a hierarchy in that, and I just don't think you know about it. You learn the language through something else, not through study of their society. Right?
I don't think he should be trusted. I don't want to kill him, but we should tie him.
And take his weapons.
Definitely take his weapons.
Definitely.
Then that's the deal, Belloc. You drop your weapons, we tie you up. If we make it back out of this Twilight Grove,
No.
then you get to go.
I'll drop my weapons, but I will never be tied.
Okay,
can
then
trust
we
me.
kill you.
He's like, I drop my weapons. I tell you what I know, but I will not be tied.
I want to intimidate him a little bit and move my hex to him, and I want to... He'll know he's being hexed, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
Can
think
we,
you
for the
can.
sake of the story, say he knows he's being hexed?
Okay. How do you indicate to him that he's being hexed?
She is hexing you right now.
Well, I mean, it would...
You could do a flourish of like the somatic component. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah, okay, so I have a minor illusion, so I'll make a minor illusion.
That works. Yeah, you make a little effect that goes towards him, and he's like, I am prepared to die. If you don't want information, then kill me where I stand. And he bangs his longsword on his chest. Otherwise, Belloc will not be tied. And he takes a defensive stance. Doesn't look like he's attacking. Doesn't look like he's willing to be tied up.
like, the question is, how good is your information? It's more than what you've told us, then, I assume.
He's like, I know a bit.
So tell us. I'm getting impatient.
He takes a couple steps back. Doesn't throw the sword down, but does put it down, like down by his side. Takes a couple steps back. He says, there's one down there. Baratak, I believe he said his name was. We call him the Gardener. He tends a wicked tree. The fruit that it bears. He's brokered a deal with my tribe. We sell it on his behalf and keep half of the profits. We do not enter his domain and he doesn't enter us, but adventurers like yourselves doesn't enter ours, Raven. I northed it.
looked at me
I
first.
northed it.
He looked at me
Okay.
first.
I saw you laughing. I guess.
You guys good?
Ouch, his butt. Sorry, I had to take it.
Where was I? Let's see. Sometimes we let hapless adventurers such as you go down and visit, but they never return.
Is that what happened to the people we were looking for?
Yes, I allowed them passage. I heard their screams briefly from below, but I don't know what became of them.
How many did you let go down?
Since I have been here, 7.
7. And of the ones that we were just looking for?
3. A man, a woman, and a knight. I'm sure he died nobly.
Careful with your next words.
Forgive me. Well, you have defeated my tribe. I shall leave in disgrace.
I don't believe him.
I thought your people were renowned for their grace. What are you worried of? There are none left standing at my side. I have failed them. What would I do? Plunge a dagger in your back only so your allies could fell me? What will it be?
He leaves without weapons, and if he comes back, I'll have no strength.
This is a large place. I don't know where he could go to find more, to find allies. I don't know this was his whole tribe.
If I'm making an
Then
assumption...
kill me, elf! Do it!
I'm okay with leaving him.
I mean, I'll take a step back. The choice is yours. I say he is nothing.
You have disgraced him. Let him leave in shame.
He is left with nothing but his shame. I'm okay with that.
Leave all of your belongings here. Everything you have on you.
He snarls and looks at his sword, throws it on the ground. Clang, 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 clang.
What is he wearing?
He's wearing some armor. Alright, he's like... starts undoing it.
Does he have a shield?
He does, yep.
Give it to Meepo.
It's about a foot taller than Meepo.
Give it to him on principle.
Do you say that to him in character?
Yes.
He's like, if he can pick it up, it is his. Undoes the buckling on the arms, throws it on the ground, snarls at Meepo a little bit.
Anyone here have Mage Hand? Help him out.
He just stares at you as he undoes all of his armor, and it takes an excruciating, full minute, right, to take off armor, I think. Or actually, I think it's more than that.
It takes... I think it takes 5 minutes to doff it, but it takes 10 minutes to don it, with heavy armor.
Yeah. As he's taking it off, and, he takes the breastplate off, and, you can see scars all over his chest.
I'm into it.
Tattoos. He throws it on the ground. There's a pile of armor and a sword. He just stands there, completely naked. He's like, is that enough for you?
That will do.
He's like, good luck down there.
Go in peace, Belloc.
He kind of pushes past you, walks near you, Yurik, and locks eyes with you for a second. Just pushes past you towards the door.
Racist. Sorry.
Goblins are jerks.
They are.
Like, well, you got the better. I wonder what's in that chest.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'd like to try to open the chest.
Okay. You sure?
Yep. No, but yep. Fucking committed.
Okay.
Yes, no, I don't know.
Meepo, help me with this chest.
Alright. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yeah. That is a 13.
Alright, you kneel down, pop the lock, and as you do, a needle right into your arm. You take 1 point of damage. It stabs you and it burns for a second. You're like, ah! And there's just this needle sticking out now.
Yeah, just...
Oh, maybe you should open that carefully.
Thank you, Orpha. Bit late. I'll push it the rest of the way open.
All right. You dig through, rummage through this chest. You find some splint armor, and you recognize the Hukriel family chest on the armor. You can see that it's got, like, right on the chest of the big sigil right there.
I don't know who that is.
That's right, you don't know who it is.
Who is it?
That's the people we're trying to find, right?
Yeah, Lady Hukriel's children are who we're after.
You find silver earrings set with moonstones in them. You find another necklace that matches that. You find the equivalent of 231 gold pieces. Let's make that a nice 240. You find 240 gold pieces and various gems and other jewelry, I guess.
So it's what, like 60?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You also find, at the bottom, covered in oily rags, a potion of healing, 2 vials of antitoxin. You find a spell scroll of fairy fire, and another spell scroll of expeditious retreat.
I don't know that I have either of those in my spell list, but we'll have to
Don't know.
look.
Somebody's going to want to write that down, because I'm not going to remember it for you.
Yeah, I got it. Well, we'll just do it now.
I'll take the
role
healing
playing why.
potion.
Okay.
Y'all getting some scrolls?
Maybe. Fairy fire, you have to be able to cast spells from
It's
the
got to
list.
be on your list, I think.
What is fairy fire?
It's level 1.
It's a level 1, but I don't know what list.
What are
it's on.
you playing?
I'm a warlock, but I also have access to certain cleric
You
spells.
should as a warlock have access. I don't know.
I'll be like, well, healing to you. I'll be like, these are. It's antitoxin.
Let's just keep them in the inventory.
Whoever wants to take the...
I can hold on to
You
this.
take one.
Someone just
I'll
hold
take
on to
one.
all of it.
Is that 2 antitoxins or 1?
I gave you one and I'll hold on to one.
And then one of you take the healing.
Well, I thought you were taking
You can just use
Sean,
it
you can
on-
use expeditious retreat. None of you can use fairy fire.
Okay.
Sell it.
What was the armor? So was the armor like that family armor, or was
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
another thing?
It's splint mail.
Okay. Is that like better than
What are you rocking right now?
leather?
It's almost certainly better,
All
If
right.
but it will cap your dex bonus. So
Okay.
splint mail is,
15.
I think it is a 15.
Is it too big for you?
I don't know. I'm a 14 already.
Splint mail
Is that light, medium?
Let me find it real quick. Oh, it must.
Oh no, it's a 17, I think.
For what?
Splint is a 17 AC.
Splint is a 17. It is heavy armor. So
That
your
sounds like
your
more
new
fucking-
armor class would become 17.
Yeah.
You will get disadvantage on stealth checks. However, what's your strength?
He's a widow.
0. so
It's too heavy for you to
Okay,
wear.
yeah. That
Yeah.
sounds
So
like
I
an
could
Orpha
probably
thing.
wear it.
Yeah.
You could. You will then
But you'll
lose all
lose-
your other. You lose a lot of benefits.
Like what?
The movement, the extra movement you lose.
Mm-hmm.
What extra movement do I get?
You got plus 10 movement from
Do I?
being a barbarian. You can move 40
It says
feet.
30.
Is your
I
armor
think you-
still being wielded in your inventory?
No, did I fucking this shit up somehow?
It might not happen until a later level, but
Oh,
you
okay.
also lose your danger sense. I think while you're wearing armor, most
Oh,
of your
okay.
abilities are like
Okay.
while not
I'm fine
wearing
without
armor.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to probably stick without armor.
Ow. I know.
Well, before that, I'd dust off the armor and be like, is there any, the way it's cut, does it look like it would be either human male or female?
It looks like it's a smaller human male. Looks like probably either of you could fit into it. It would take some additional tailoring to get the most out of, but
More just like, well,
I'm trying to figure out whose it
this
was.
this was the brother's armor. There's these pieces of jewelry, they're quite nice.
But not the signet rings.
Not the signet rings, which is proof of death.
I
We
would
can't
like to
provide.
hold on to the earrings and necklace.
Oh, by all means. I can use this scroll. I don't know how I know. The other I can't read.
keep chatting in character, y'all.
Yeah, what happened?
The camera just reset for some reason. Just keep going.
Like, you can take it if you like. Sell it if you want to.
Alright.
Each have an antitoxin.
Well, let's hope we never need it, but I guess it's good if we do.
Yes. So, I'm going to put mine in my belt right here. Same with this healing potion. Should something happen, you'll know where to find them.
Alright.
Alright,
Let's just go.
looks like we're
So
going
we rest
down.
first.
Didn't we just rest?
Did we?
You did a short rest. You
Oh,
can do
okay.
another short rest.
Well-
that will be your last short rest until your next long rest.
Oh, right.
I'm pretty damn good.
You could second wind if you wanted that.
Yeah, I'll probably just second wind. Second wind is just a hit dice, right?
It's a
Whatever.
D10 and add your
Okay.
fighter level. So you add 2. Nice.
Jesus.
3 hit points back.
I'm
Nice.
going to, before
No, I just cleaned them.
before we go with my sorcery points, somehow hold my locket and think for a moment and feel the power come back.
In
into
fact,
my
you
hand.
feel a strange sensation. You feel wind on your face and wind in your hair, although it doesn't feel like hair. Then you snap back out of it.
I think I'm ready. We're going down. Sounds like it's dangerous.
Yes.
I'm ready to go.
Alright. Then let's not delay. Cast light on my locket again and put my king
Alright.
cloak over it.
I need to do 2 things. I need to wipe this board down, and I need some juice for my laptop. We okay to keep rolling? I don't think we need to take a full break.
Nah.
I'm just gonna
Sounds
take
good.
like 30 seconds, guys. We won't even switch the screens. Just gonna wipe this board down.
Is there any coffee upstairs stuff?
There's coffee creamer in the refrigerator too.
Okay.
Here, wrap around you.
We'll let you guys hop in the chat for a second while I get set for the next level of the Sunless Citadel.
Alright, I'm gonna chat. I'm just gonna burn half a smoke while we're chatting up right out in front. Burn half a smoke.
How's everybody doing this Saturday night? Who's jealous that you can't be at Origins right now?
I'm not.
You're not. Not even a little?
I get weird around big public things.
Yeah.
Same.
I like just
That's
at
fair.
like just at your barbecue thing that you had. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, the social anxiety right now.
At the BBQ?
I was fine once we got one-on-one with Rock and Kimchi's. I was like, okay, I'm fine.
The Rock and Images are
The Rock and Kimmages are some tip-top folks. It's fun to get to hang out with them in person. Alrighty. Let's get the next little bit drawn. Going deeper and deeper into the
Where'd
Sunless
Sean go?
Citadel. He went out front for a hot second.
up your butt and around the corner actually.
Why is Lydia the star of tonight?
Because of my Fuggles and Warlock shirt. And I'm a Warlock. Maisie! We need a Maisie cam.
We do need a Maisie cam.
What do you think about that, Maisie?
Alright. Who's the... Is it Dungeon and Dragon who have a cat cam?
No, that's different elves.
Different elves, you're right.
Mm-hmm. I was actually just looking them up today for the cat cam.
Yeah? That is pretty clever.
Where's the cat?
When you said that thing about Firebolt, I was like, oh yeah, I do get a cantrip. And I went back and looked on my character sheet, and I just forgot to choose it.
I just assumed that's why you did it. I mean, I know you, and I know you love a Firebolt.
I don't need Firebolt as a Warlock, because I have Eldritch Blast.
Sometimes you need that fire damage, though.
Truth.
Alright, fam.
Fire!
We back in it?
Yeah, I'm going back.
Let me adjust the battle cam. Thank you. We've got Captain Sean O'Hara live from the battle cam.
Careful not to pull it unplugged.
Still got some slack.
Speaking of Slack, you can also come hang out on our Discord.
Hey.
The link is right down below. It's pretty hopping. A lot of fun. We seriously... I can't believe how much conversation takes place about all kinds of different stuff. Obviously, mostly D&D, but man, it's just a blast. So if you're on our Discord already, thank you. It's been so much fun. If you're not on our Discord, you're truly missing out.
I love our Discord.
It's ridiculous. All right, you all have no problem climbing down this shaft. What's the order in which you go down the shaft? How do you shaft on?
That is... Stop saying shaft.
I don't know why it's making you so uncomfortable, Lydia.
I don't think I would be first or even second.
Like climby boy, so I figure I'd be down there first.
Okay.
I don't care where I am.
I'm in the front.
Well, somebody tell me. What's the
I'll
order?
be in the front.
Alright.
All right.
I'll go second.
Yurkin in the front, Raven in the back. Or you first, me second.
Okay.
First,
Okay.
second,
Third.
Point,
Fourth.
tip.
Meepo.
fifth. Yeah.
Meepo.
Point, tip, shaft, meatball balls.
On the balls of his feet, you mean?
Yes.
He's ready
Yeah,
for
'cause he's-
danger.
And because he's short.
prepped.
Yep.
He's got short growth in him.
Okay. Yurikan. You climb down these vines, no problem. And as you get down, they sort of fan out from the opening. You thin out and dig into the soft dirt beneath your feet. And you climb down and you see that same luminescent fungus shedding violet light, clinging to the walls and the ceiling of this pretty wide cavern. The air is damp and it's chilly and it's filled with the odors of loam and decay. Smells almost like gardens from back home, especially when they were being fertilized and being prepared for planting. You can feel this layer of earth kind of softly giving way beneath you, and you can look down and see that it's almost like a compost pile. There's rotting vegetables and rotting plant matter all over the place. You can smell some sharp, pungent stink, and you look up and you can see the remains of animals. Giant rats, other larger insect-looking things that are just dead and kind of upturned. You see several varieties of mushrooms and fungi growing on all of this gross detritus. You also see two plants growing, look eerily like the potted plant from above. Further, you see a skeleton with a hoe, like digging the dirt, the tool. And you see another one pushing a wheelbarrow, just like Rote. And they both notice you and just calmly set them down, draw short swords at their hip. I'm going to need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative for me. Orpha, we'll say in the time that he was taking it in, you hit the ground. The rest of you are up there.
You can't just keep rolling, Sean.
I'm not. I know what the original one was. It was so shitty.
I like it.
And I believe you guys have one more Divine Inspiration.
Yes.
One more reroll.
Nice.
One more ding.
And I believe that would be Coach's Inspiration. That
Coach.
Coach so
Michael,
kindly
Sean.
hooked us up with. Okay, let's go around the horn to get everybody's initiatives. Orpha,
10.
10.
13.
Rosabelle. Etrigan,
I am a 5. Meepo
You're
is a 17.
Dang, Meepo.
okay, and Urikan.
I'm an
Fresh
8.
Prince style.
Okay.
My ponytail is running over.
The skeletons act just behind you. And these boys act right here.
There we go.
Your fucking little, like, robe.
Alright. Meepo is up first, but because he's in the tail end of this, he spends his turn kind of reaching around to a spot that's relatively clear and kind of climbs down pretty leisurely. He doesn't know what's down there yet, so he makes it just about down on his turn. Rosabelle, you have no idea there's anything down there? Yurikin kind of hit the ground and looked around, and that's where we're at right now.
I will continue to descend the ladder.
Alright. Takes your move, and you get to the bottom, no problem. Why don't you go ahead and make me a perception check? We're going to see if you get to even act on those guys this turn. Because you haven't seen them react in any perceptible way.
I got a 19.
You're good. In fact, you can clearly see skeleton here, skeleton here.
Are the skeletons wearing armor?
They,
Metal
not
armor?
really. They're wearing tattered leather armor.
Okay. Well, I will try to shoot the one over there
Okay?
with my Eldritch. Oh, wait, how long does Hex last?
It lasts an hour.
Does it? For
Yeah.
real?
Mm-hmm. You still got it.
I'm gonna hex him.
Hex on, sister.
Alright, now I'm gonna shoot him.
Hex on!
That would be a 13.
13, you say?
That's
That
what
is
I
a hit.
said. Ooh. For those rainbow boys. So that is a 7 plus a 4.
Okay.
Very good.
That was 11 damage on that skelly, and it blasts into him, and when it does, his eyes suddenly...
Oh, mother! I also forgot I have that thing where I get to add my charisma to it.
Agonizing.
Yeah.
Blast.
That's another plus 3.
Well, in that case, he's looking quite rough. His eyes blaze blue, and some bones just shatter out and fall into the soft dirt below.
He's gonna need those bones. He's gonna want to stand up.
These plants just again pull themselves free of the soil, kind of skitter across the ground. First one comes towards you, Orpha. Misses you. It's pretty low, and you sort of just kick it a little bit, and it kind of flies back and kind of skids across the dirt, leaving trails behind it. And as it does, you can just see the kind of gross, like rotting organic matter in the ruts it leaves. This one comes running up, I guess, really also on you, Orpha. Throw me some of those dice, will you? Thank you. And again, like you kick that one, see this one coming and kind of punt it back as well. And they're just unable to connect. Orpha, you're up.
This one is attacking me, and that one's attacking me.
Yep.
Okay. I am out of rages, so if I can't rage and reckless, then I'm a little fucked, right?
I mean, depends how much of a gambler you are.
I'm gonna be
A gambler.
I'm gonna be wrecking.
That's what I would do. I almost always do.
Reckless route.
Twice.
Oh, you didn't
So-
reckless. You just rolled regular.
Oh,
Well, keep
Well,
the
okay,
18.
yeah.
Roll another 20 because you might crit it.
well,
I
no,
just thought-
that wasn't a 20.
Oh, you weren't rolling. You were rolling a regular attack. You said I'm gonna wreck it, and it rolled 2 dice.
Yeah,
I thought you were rolling.
I
Reckless.
just fucked up and misrolled, so I'm just gonna re-roll this.
You don't need to. You can. I mean, you hit him. It's your choice.
But I might 20.
Yeah,
Well,
so
you
just
roll
roll
one
one
Roll
more.
one more. I'm not gonna make you re-roll the 20. Okay. You did not crit, but you did hit him. Roll some damage for me. You're now +3 on the damage.
15.
Like you kicked him away, and I'm just like, and just sling the axe at him. Ah! I hit the brick wall. Ah! It's all collapsing. It's a real courtyard. You just like splinters fly everywhere, and he just gets crushed into the earth below.
Boner action, pivot,
And you had already attacked recklessly, so you get to continue doing so.
which means
Advantage.
20!
That 20.
I'm supposed to be rolling 12s, right?
2d12.
I keep thinking I'm supposed to be rolling 10s and then I'm accidentally cheating.
You cheated.
Get hated.
11 plus
14 damage.
Yeah.
So you smash the other one, swing your axe around, and come up, and this thing flies through the air. And as it does, shattered bits of wood. By the time it hits the ground, it's basically just mulch that rains.
Does this thing need to roll for splinters?
Let me check its splinter tracker.
Let me get some splinter damage.
Okay. Yurikin, you're up, sir.
I'm just gonna fire an arrow at the skeleton right in
Fire an
front of
arrow
me.
at the skelly boy?
Right at the skelly boy.
That is a hit.
19.
Oh, just like things.
That is a 4.
Nice. It just sort of like hits one of its ribs that just sort of falls loose and then falls to the ground. And as it does, its eyes ignite as well. These like blue glowing eyes. Anything else on your turn?
Does it seem like it's gonna do anything with the blue eyes, or is it just a thing that happens? Can I like Arcana that, or?
Yeah, you can Arcana that.
Thanks. I'm reaching.
I like it.
I got a 7, 9.
It looks like an enchantment, but you're not sure if they're gonna do something else with it.
Okay.
But it definitely is a thing that was triggered.
Yeah.
On these skellies, they shamble forward. And this one attacks you, Yorikin. Yorikin.
The arms are almost lined up again. Oh.
Almost.
Almost.
That's a definite hit.
Yeah.
For 4 damage, sir.
Alright.
And the other one also just shambles. Shambles on. And attacks you.
Remember that time we fought a shambling now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
An old shambler. Does get you, Orpha, for 3 damage.
3?
Skeleton's really on fire tonight, I tell ya.
So what? Why 3? That was a 1. I don't like it.
Is it my turn now?
It is
It's
my
yours.
turn.
Estrigan's turn.
I'm just antsy.
Can I make it down to the
With
bottom?
your movement, you can make it down. It wasn't that deep.
Okay,
Just a
then
regular shaft.
I will.
Where do you want to land?
Where can I land? I can't
Pretty
really
much
see
anywhere
what's-
adjacent.
Can I get adjacent to Meepo there?
Here?
One behind him.
Here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yes, right there.
Perfect.
I'm going to. With that one over there. I'm gonna Ray O Frost him.
Cool. Ray.
That's
O
a.
Frost.
That's a 15. Does that gets him?
That gets him.
Tight for 1 damage.
Cool.
His movement is also lessened by 10.
Okay. He's like, oh, sorry, it was this one?
Yes.
For 1 damage?
Yes.
You hit him. All of the bones separate and just. It's like you barely clip it, and it's just like. It is dead.
I love it.
Nice.
But he had it 1 damage away. It is Meepo's turn.
Let's see. Meepo is. Yeah, you know what? He's been emboldened. I think he's gonna run up.
That's north.
Yeah.
He's gonna run up in between Orpha and that thing and stab
Dude,
at
I
it.
think that makes perfect sense for an emboldened Meepo.
Yep.
That is a hit.
Meepo is emboldened. Oh my god, you've rolled like nothing.
I
but
offered,
hits.
roll,
Meepo's
but
trying his
You
hardest.
rolled a 1. You rolled a 1.
Sean's
what would
dice.
I have rolled for a Meepo?
What did she roll?
Never
A
mind.
6.
Okay,
Why are you coloring in the north?
just so it's easier to spot. Rosabelle.
I almost did it, but I can't roll
Go
my
ahead,
eyes.
do it.
Rosabelle.
Rosabelle.
Okay.
Rosabelle.
If I try to Eldritch Blast, am I gonna have disadvantage? Because-
Not disadvantage, he will get extra
Extra
armor
armor.
class, but you could literally just go, doot, and now you don't.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking that was a wall.
Just fart yourself over to the side.
That's not what she does. That's not the way physics work.
I mean, in space. but-
That's probably a hit. It's
That is a
15
hit.
plus
Plot
5.
twist.
Is there anything you'd like to do with your bonus action?
Oh, I would like to. Oh, I'm sorry. I would like to hex him.
Gotcha.
I didn't realize he killed the hex one.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't cheat.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, take.
That's 2 1s.
Okay,
You can add your
so,
charisma modifier.
so we all do
Rid
it.
ourselves of these ones.
Let me
So
just
y'all can chill.
make sure everyone
Exercise
out
the
there
ones.
can see.
Get all the ones.
You need an old
Those two
die
ones.
and a young die.
I'm gonna do Jeff Carey style and be like, all right, dude, but only the clear one. I'm rolling 2, but only the clear one's what we're taking.
That was the biggest thing. Okay, well, he's like, no, I like to roll 2 dice, but I'm only counting this one. The other one doesn't count. I'm like,
That's nothing.
okay, that's fine, I guess.
It was great.
So that was a big 2. Yeah, 2. No, plus 5 is 5.
Yep. Orfa.
Swine.
Reckless or nah?
Yeah, forever.
Yes. The answer is always yes.
Wreck it or
When
fuck.
somebody asks you if you go reckless, you say
6
That is a
months.
hit. You guys, how much damage is that?
5 total.
Alright. You finally, I mean, everyone's just nicking him. An arm falls off and kind of wiggles in the dirt. A leg falls off. You finally hit him just right in the rib cage, and just like the other one, just collapses beneath you. You see a kind of natural opening that heads off that way. Feel kind of a cool breeze coming from it. You also see a wooden door here that looks quite swole on swole mode, and it's not well put together. Like the planks are like there's just gaps. Like you could walk up and look through the door. It's barely operating as a door. Where to, fam?
Let's look through the door. Investigate that swole door.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
That's my stall as I like remember and read what
What
it is.
you're reading, yeah, I know.
Okay. You open this door and you find a huge room. Let me draw it out for you here. Ooh, that's a biggie.
What?
That's a biggie.
That's a
That's a big old room there.
It should be our room.
I believe all the doors are opened.
When is a door not a door?
That's a great question.
When is
I would
a door
ask your
not a
scar.
door?
Not a good door.
So who's
When
gonna
is
adjust
a door,
the
not a door.
who's gonna adjust the
When's a
camera for
door,
me?
not a door.
When is the door?
I
not
got
a
you.
door?
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were?
Would that it were so
Would
simple.
that it were? Would that it were?
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were?
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were?
Would that it were so simple.
Just doing some dungeon mapping here.
Hail Caesar? That's the movie, right?
That is
That's
Hail
right?
Caesar,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I thought.
Would that it were so simple.
No, trippingly.
Ephemerally.
A skeleton and his hoe. Oh, Wiley.
I don't get it. We're still talking about the tools, right?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe.
Yeah. Lydia just pinched my Sunless Citadel. Did you just bump the camera?
No, I kicked the courtyard and broke my foot.
You gotta watch out for that courtyard.
You're gonna
brick
touch
wall.
it.
Alright, let's get back into it, guys. I'm gonna assume your marching order is remaining the same.
Did you burp as you walked past me? No.
Oh, someone
Crop dusted.
Alright. I think this was your order, if I remember correctly. And lastly,
Wow, what's going on out there?
A lot of stuff.
That's a big old room.
right? It's a big old
That
room.
looks like padded.
It does.
like-
I see what you mean, like a pillow.
Yeah.
Alright. You open this soft wooden door, and even as you push it, like you can feel it's just about to fall apart. You could sneeze hard and it would just completely collapse. Before you, in this large room, you see 2 rows of dragon-carved marble columns that march the length of the hall. most completely covered in that same luminescent fungus. The cobbled floor is cracked and stained, and on it sit many small wooden tables. They're just scattered all over the place. The contents of the tables include mortars and pestles, small tools everywhere, bowls filled with crushed leaves, chopped fungus stalks, other plant specimens. There's many doors leading off this hall, and they're all just open. So you can pretty much see into absolutely everything. As you guys go and investigate, I'm just going to read kind of what's in each one of those, okay? It can just kind of make sense. In this chamber here, you can actually see 2 goblins asleep on mats. You hear them snoring. You guys want to do?
I thought you
The
were
first thing you hear is...
I was getting ready for you to keep going.
Sorry, yeah. As you come in, you just hear...
Does it look like a workshop of some kind?
Yes,
Like-
it definitely does.
From like all of the leaves and like stuff going on, would it be like druids or something down here, do you think?
It definitely has a lot of plant matter.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of plant matter.
Okay, I'm in the back, but I would like us to go in the room.
Try and sneak in or just barge
Yeah.
in? Sneak
I'll be
in.
like, I don't understand what's up there. What are we sneaking from?
This is a workshop.
And you hear... why don't you, Orpha, roll perception, and you roll perception with disadvantage.
15.
You don't hear anything. You hear over the din of the snoring. You hear kind of coming from a little bit further back, and you hear a voice answer like, sounds like a goblin conversation occurring.
Goblins. Yeah. Terrible.
Alright. Should we just go in?
Let's just go.
Alright, let's just move through.
Okay, let's gonna move through.
All right.
Stealthily.
Roll stealth, Orpha. Okay, to here.
Well, first I gotta make sure that ain't a 1.
Okay. Orpha's
That's
like...
a 3.
Orpha says, okay, we'll move stealthily, pushes the door, and it falls, the wood, wet slump, and you hear one of the metal hinges kind of hits, slides across the floor, and does the thing where it's like rotating. And you just hear, let's roll initiative, y'alls.
How many times have we rolled initiative tonight?
A lot. This is a dungeon. We're
Jesus.
up in the dungeon.
I'm using the Meepo die from here on out.
These are the dice Stephen and Lydia gifted me for my birthday, and they're all like...
Well, we loaded them. All right, round the table. We're gonna go the other way. Uriken, where are you at?
11.
11 from Uriken. Where are we at with Meepo?
He got a 18.
Okay, and where are we at with Etrigan?
7.
Okay. How about Rosabelle? And Orpha?
5.
Fantastic. Let's see where bad boys are. Ooh. Actually, yeah.
Don't get all your good. Don't practice.
No, I need to know.
Okay. Meepo hears the goblin voice. Actually, you guys are right here because she literally just shattered the door. Meepo hears the goblin voice, rushes up, is trying to like look past you, can't quite fit past you. Looks like he's got his sword ready.
Holden. Got it.
Yurkin.
Ooh. So I will step into the room. Can I reach a goblin?
I need
from...
the power.
Let's see.
I gave
So-
it to you.
Sure gave it to you.
Oh, it's back there.
And I need to be plugged in.
Oh. Are you... I'll get it. I got it.
What you got, Yurikon?
So it's double movement to move past Orpha, right? Would be.
Yes.
Okay.
Double movement. Thank you.
And then I'm
I'm blind right now. I
gonna
can't see down.
take a stab at that goblin with my short sword.
I'm not sure there's any left over there. Might have to be in the regular spot.
Will it fit? Like, will this stretch out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she said. You get advantage because he is asleep right now,
On the ground.
and it will be an auto crit if you hit him.
All right. 12.
No, you actually don't hit him.
Good grief.
You walk up and you're just like, and you stab, and as you do, he's like, it just rolls over in his sleep, and you hit a pallet behind him. It makes a crunch of wood. You kind of have to put your foot down and pull the sword out, and his eyes flash open and look up at you.
I inspired Sean while that was happening, by the way.
Nice. You finally got
I
it.
feel good.
You finally
Yeah.
made it.
I inspired him for a lot of
Thanks for
reasons.
the juice.
I will outline them later.
Anything else?
In a sonnet.
No,
Anything
that's
else,
about all I
Erica?
can do there.
Wow,
Okay.
I
Just
was
fail
back
to
there.
kill us.
Etrigan, you're up.
Damn, I'm up with a 7?
Yep.
Well,
In that case,
5, 15, 20, 25. I will. I guess I gotta get in there. To that one on the other side, I will. And go to whip.
And that will be advantage, sir. That is a hit, and it's an auto crit. So, double ones.
whoa.
Oh, there you go.
So that's plus 3. That's 8 damage.
His eyes had flashed open from hearing the sound, and you just whip. It wraps around his neck, and you yank, and his body comes flying through the air and splats against the wall right here, falls to the ground in a heap.
Oh yeah, I think he would know how to pull the whip taut.
Exactly. Orpha, you're here just kind of dealing with the shattered door as it falls, and now it is your turn.
And I see them go in that room and I hear some damage happening.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna... Could I say that I walk past and look in to see if they've got it under control?
Absolutely, yeah. You can kind of move and then figure out what you're going to do with the rest of it. And in fact, as you start walking forward, you can hear voices coming from this room. Yep. All right. You look in here and you see 2 goblins who have grabbed very crude surgical supplies. And in fact, what's on that slab is a giant rat that looks diseased, just like Mama. Like it's got like the green growths and pus, and it's been cut open, but it's still breathing. It's
Can we say that with my move, I moved there, but then with my action, I held up my axe to shield myself?
yeah. Do you have any move left? Because you were here, so you could go 10, 25. You got one. You got another box.
Oh,
left.
I got one more square?
You sure
I
do.
didn't think I did. Oh, then I would move in and attack.
All right. He's kind of looking up. This rat is just like breathing laboriously.
That's fucking gross.
Yeah.
What a resigned yeah. Alright, what can you do?
That's how I do.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Fucking goblins in a.
Did you miss?
No, that's an 8. I don't know. 8 plus whatever.
8 plus
8 plus
whatever.
5.
Whatever.
Yeah, plus 5.
You come in and just swing for the fences, and he just kind of ducks under the diseased rat table.
Someone throw these dice away.
These 2 boys rush forward on you, Orpha. First one.
Fail.
You're still in the middle of this huge whiffing swing. The other one comes around with his little scalpel-y looking thing. Does hit you.
Scalpeled.
None of that now. I'm trying to get through this tonight. 5 damage.
I just got reprimanded.
Yeah, you did. Gotta be 2 demerits. Check them on
permanent record.
Oh,
check out MacDemeritTracker.com. Brought to you by Redvine. Slid.
Max hit points go down every demerit.
Okay. Oh, right. It's still my turn. This one hops to his feet, grabs a short sword from under the pallet he was sleeping on, swings at you, Yurikin. Okay, I think you seem to be missing a die. And you were ready for it. In fact, you push the pallet from under him, and he kind of stumbles forward a little bit and misses as he swings. You also now see a goblin round the corner, press himself up against that column, and line up a straight shot on you, Rosabelle.
Ooh.
Armor class?
Small.
That is a hit there.
13.
6 damage. That's an arrow just... And there is one low. Who also comes out. And frankly, you're the best shot there, Rosabelle. But this one hits the remnants of the wooden door with a wet... as it punches into the wet wood. Rosabelle, it is your turn.
Cool. I started with 2 healing potions, is that right?
Yeah.
That's typically what we do.
Yeah, I think so. That's reasonable.
Okay, bonus action healing potion of self.
2? We started out with 1, didn't we?
Usually start out with 2.
I think you guys did start out with 1.
Start with 1.
I was being a little stingy.
Okay, well,
We'll say you got 1.
Okay.
We could say she got 2 because her character got killed.
Well, I rolled minimum, so...
Okay, you get 4 hit points back as you pop it, glug it, drop it.
Bop it.
Twist it.
Yep.
Um,
Okay, what do you do?
Okay,
Ooh, if you were holding on to your hex, you need a concentration save for that damage you just took.
yeah, I do, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell, man.
Where's concentration?
It's
I'm
constitution
sorry.
save.
8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. 8 plus 3, 11.
Yes, you got a 16 con? Dang, girl. Oh, are you proficient in Constitution or Warlock's proficient?
I don't remember.
I am. I got con and charisma as my saving throws.
She's
Yeah,
plus 3. I have
Dang, nice. Sweet, okay, cool. You got it. You saved it.
There was some reason I was really high in it.
You were
Whatever.
really high AF.
You are.
Yeah.
So.
I am high in.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, can I shoot with Eldritch Blast?
You
now?
sure can.
I would like to bonus action. Can't.
You bonus action to drink the potion. Yep.
So he will.
Castle Mag house rule. We allow drinking potions to be a bonus action just because you lose so much action.
Imbibed on. You forgot to
Imbibed,
say
yeah.
my favorite
Ingested,
word.
imbibed, but in order to dump it in someone else's mouth, it is a full action. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast this guy, the guy who shot you.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's
Don't breathe too hard.
That's
You
a
might,
baby 15.
you might inhale it. That is a hit.
The baby little 15.
That is in fact a hit.
I don't know what I do with my babies.
So that's 5.
Okay. Man, that ability to add your charisma to Eldritch Blast is so good.
Yeah.
It hits him and he's like, ah! Kind of like you see his arm kind of sizzling and burning. It is Meepo's turn now, and Meepo. You know what? Meepo runs at these guys, and as he's running, puts his short sword on the other hand, pulls his sling out. As he's running at him, whoosh. Go ahead and roll me a sling attack, my dude.
I think that probably hits my dude. I rolled
Yep,
a 15.
That's it. D4. D4
Yep.
plus 2, I believe.
I get a racial bonus for Constitution
Oh.
and a racial bonus for Charisma.
4.
And
4
a racial bonus
damage.
for Wisdom.
So did you put 15 in con and then got your plus 1 in?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, makes sense. And he shoots the one that had, like, as his skin's burning, he looks up and this rock just, and he just falls down dead.
Meepo's like the most proficient at a sling
I
out of
know.
anybody.
Meepo's pretty
He's killing
tight.
it.
Yurikin, here you are, couldn't kill a sleeping goblin.
I'm gonna try one more time.
Thankfully, nobody saw.
I know. I was alone in the room.
You were like, they ambushed me!
Oh, you got me.
You should have seen the other two.
That is a 14.
Unfortunately, that is not a hit, my man. I'm so sorry.
Man.
I'm so sorry. You slash at him, and he ducks down and kind of does a little roll on his little pallet that he's sleeping on. Etrigan, your turn.
Okay. Well, I guess from there, then I will.
Yeah, you
do in
whipped
fact-
that problem.
4 damage.
Okay, he had not been previously hit, so just whips him across the face. He's got this bloody bloody wound right across the like under his nose. His
Right
nose
on
is
the
hanging a
kisser.
little bit. Yeah.
Right on the
Orpha.
Reckless.
Reckless.
Reckless. Oops.
Whoa, just
I'm getting reckless. Come on, do something.
Well, roll a d20.
Yeah.
So that was a d12. You hit him, but let's see if you can crit him. You did not, but you did hit. Roll that damage. You just swing for the fences, hit him in the gut, chops mostly in half. He's hanging by a thread of meat, but the force sends the body flying back, and two different pieces split
Yuck.
midair, splat against the wall.
I'm gonna pivot.
Boner action on this guy. That's
Hit.
a hit. Orpha OP, please nerf. You chop him, look at him, instinctively growls. And he kind of looks up, knowing he raises this little scalpel to try to block your axe. It's like this big. Chops right through his hand, scalpel sticks in his face, rest of his head splits off,
So
falls
surgical.
down dead. Yep, we got two left. This guy backs up to the wall. Actually, he backs towards this door. Takes a shot at Meepo. Ooh, God.
Oh my god!
Oh!
What happened?
We
Oh!
lost the DM.
DM broken. Oh, he fires at Meepo, and Meepo ducks and just looks at him. And then he backs up in here. There's one left, isn't there? The one fighting Spencer.
I'm trying. I really am.
He also misses. Like, you guys are just locked in furious combat. He's got blood now pouring down his face from the whip wound. And with that, Meepo isn't letting this guy get away.
Quick wound.
He rushes him with his short sword.
Give it Meepo.
That is an 11.
He comes, I mean, you guys can't see him. He scampers off and you hear, "Ah!" Yurkin.
I'm gonna try one more time to kill this.
Okay, give it one more shot. That is a hit.
That is a 17.
Yay.
Yay. And that is 7.
How do you run this guy through that you've been fighting for a while?
And I've missed him like
Ooh,
6
cute,
times.
Brendan.
I'm just so mad. I just finally pull back and just right through the middle.
Skewer him. You hear the like as the sword hits
And
the
I
wall
lean into it
behind.
too.
Yeah,
Just
he kind of
full
grabs
in.
it.
To be fair, sometime you fought him for 15 seconds.
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
Okay, with that, we're up to you, Etrigan.
Alright, seeing that that's taken care of. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can see him from there. Got extra armor class though. But I
Yep.
can target him.
100%.
Okay. I'm going to Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Nah, that's a 12. That won't do it.
That is, in fact, a miss, I'm afraid. Orpha.
I have. Who's the last baddie in there? That dude?
Mm-hmm.
And then you were trying to Ray of Frost inside there?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to. I don't think I can move all the way over there with my move.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think you 100% can.
Toy, I'll do it.
You just...
I think hearing them fighting, I just
Yeah.
charged through.
barreling towards him.
Reckon it again. Almost.
Mm-hmm.
Got him.
Almost. 4.
Nice 4 damage.
4 damage.
He had not been hit yet, if I remember correctly.
Damn 4.
It is his turn. On
I'm
his
getting out of
turn,
my dice today.
he draws his short sword, swings at Meepo. Misses, I think. What's Meepo's armor
12.
class? Oh, no, got him. 7 damage on Meepo.
Meepo's down, my dude.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Just Meepo hits the ground. He then does a little feint move. Orpha, he opens this door and runs.
Unless
I
you're
get
telling
to
me
take an
Meepo
oppor-
has more than 5 hit points.
No, Meepo does not have more than 5 hit
Okay.
points. But
Do I
I
get
think
an
I'll give him death saves. No,
opportunity?
you missed the little juke he did. He does a juke. He does a little jukey and gets away.
I didn't know they could jukey.
He did a jukey.
Juki.
And you can see in this he enters into this pretty wide I guess it's like a huge hallway, but it's like 30 feet across. And Orpha, you can see that it stretches quite some way that way and quite some way this way, and it looks much the same as this. It's like that soft earth, and there's plants growing. Sickly looking white plants, like almost like they're the negatives of plants from above. There's these grasses that are this pale green, almost white, as if they've been adapted to grow without light. Purple fungus covers the entirety of the hallway. We're gonna get out of initiative. You guys run out here, and I mean he's trying to run.
Wait,
you guys,
isn't Meepo down?
Meepo is down, so I guess we'll stay in initiative. For
Yeah.
second. Let's just figure that out. Rosabelle, you're up.
I will go ahead and spend one of my Warlocky boy dice on Meepo.
Okay. We'll make him not. I mean, you'd get that next turn, so he'll be back up. Go ahead and roll that d6.
Max.
Meepo's eyes, in fact, because he rolled like over max, his eyes snap awake and he leaps to his feet and he's like, and he looks around at everyone kind of looking at him concerned and he's like, Meepo, good.
Glad you made it back.
I think that whenever Rosabelle does one of her healing lights, I think that her eyes would glow blue, and she would get like physically hot.
Nice. I like it. I love it.
If you'd like to see why, go ahead and type
Click that
exclamation.
Type exclamation
Big
Rosabelle. Okay, I'm gonna skip past a pretty big chunk of this dungeon because it's getting late and I'd like to wrap this up. So really what you guys find is a series of these huge halls and these huge octagonal chambers that are all growing this sickly plant life in the same way, the same purple fungus. You see a couple more of these skeletal automatons that are again like just tilling, and then they see you and they're like, okay, and they fight. They're isolated. You fight one skeleton at a time. You guys have no problem just completely wrecking them. At the end, you do come to a T section, like a little crossroads, if you will. I'm going to actually move where I draw this.
Come to a tea party.
In fact, guys, we're going to take a quick break because I need to reset the board for the kind of final act. So if you guys stick around, you're going to see the final act of the Sunless Citadel. We're really happy you guys are here with us. We're going to take a 10-minute break, but we will power through to the end if that's okay with all of you guys. We're pretty close.
Good.
Close-ish. Might be a good hour, but we'll get there.
It's gonna be dope, y'all.
All right, well, BRB, pray for Meepo.
Cheers for Meepo.
All right, welcome back to Castle Mac. We thank you guys for joining us on a Saturday night here. So, we're going to jump right back into it. You guys have traversed these probably about 200 feet long connected halls that have that same putrid, almost like a compost pile quality to the floor, with these sickly plants growing everywhere and these skeleton automaton that are tending to them. It narrows eventually and then comes into a hallway that is now paved with stone again, and you see two doors, one heading left and one heading right. And where would you guys like to head?
Can I hear if there's anything going on on either side of the door?
You can indeed, and I will skip past any rolls. You don't hear a word. You don't hear a sound from either side. Both doors are pretty similar looking, but as you investigate, this door looks like the hinges have been oiled recently. This one looks a little less used.
Do you think we should open the door that looks to get the most use then?
We should. Might as well. The one that's oiled, cared for. People do that when they don't want to be disturbed with sound.
There's no reason we would find who you're looking for through a door that's not been opened.
I don't know, whatever's down here. Maybe.
I guess if we don't come out with what we're looking for, we can always backtrack, but let's go.
They said the gardener was here. Whoever this gardener is, he's tending a dark, foreboding garden.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to skip past a little bit so we can try to wrap everything up tonight before it gets too late. You go down a long hallway. You pass through a small office where there's more knickknacks, kind of like you saw before, but there's more of a library.
Can I look around in there?
Absolutely you can. Let me scroll back to it. I was going to skip it, but you can totally look around in it. You find a tome. Do you speak Draconic?
He does.
Oh, but you do. You find a book as she's looking at it. It's actually set aside on a table, and it is called Treasure of the Fire Lords. It is written in Draconic. And as you flip through it just a little bit, it seems to contain rituals. Flipping through it seems to contain rituals for raising dead dragons. As you continue to look, you find a spell scroll of Entangle. I don't think anyone can utilize that. It's a druid spell. A druid ranger, I believe. You also find a spell scroll of Protection from Poison.
I can have that.
Okay, and you do find, go ahead and write it down because I'm not going to remember it. You do also find 360 gold pieces and various gems, assuming you loot the joint.
Sure. We're there. Okay.
All right. Moving right along. You eventually come to a large, what looks like it was once another large chamber. It quickly gives way. While this is paved in stone, there's a collapse here. And in this collapse, it seems to stretch on in the darkness for quite some time. You see 4 goblins. They are impaled on spikes. Their bodies are flayed open, completely cleaned out insides. And as you all enter, they all look up at you. And they just stare, and their eyes follow you. And they don't speak.
Do they have weapons?
They're impaled and long dead.
Okay, well,
They're hanging, they're off the ground.
gotcha.
They
Okay.
look like sort of like scarecrows, but not with arms out.
That's exactly
just like,
right, yep.
They look like teriyaki, like little
They
goblin
look
teriyaki.
like goblin teriyaki, that's exactly right.
Right. This is... Right. Do you want to try to speak to them? You're the only one that speaks their language.
Okay. So I would, in Goblin, ask if they could even, like, can I ask if they can talk?
Ask them.
Can you talk? I'm not
Goblin?
doing it.
You're not doing Goblin? They respond in Goblin all at once. 4 slightly different voices. They say, "Are you here to seek the protector of the grove?
Yes, I believe we are.
Then enter.
What danger lies ahead?
No danger for an ally of the grove.
What happened to you?
We are servants now, eternal guardians." Like they're all speaking at the same time.
Okay. They say that there's no danger for, what did he say?
Allies.
Allies of the grove.
I see.
And they are serving as protectors. I'm not sure what that means, but we should press on.
Let's move on then. At the ready, if we weren't already.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Alright. You all push in. Go ahead, Sean, and move that camera for me.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
No worries. I'll shrink it a little bit so it's easier to fit on the camera. Was almost a disaster.
A beverage, man.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
I got your joke, Lydia. Did you know you were making a joke?
No.
Oh. I thought
The
you were
dude
making,
ref?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I was making that joke.
Okay. With that I were making a joke.
Would that it were a joke.
Whoa.
Hold up, please.
Hold up.
Hold up.
I'm gonna have to hold up.
I'm gonna have to hold up.
The motherfucking AP.
Alright, give me a second to get the scene set up, and then I will tell you what all you see. Would that it were so simple.
I know.
What?
What? No one said we were supposed to be.
Oh my god. Why?
Tiamat, why?
I think this might be as good as I'm going to get it from where we're at here.
Can you raise it up?
Ah, man.
You got a lot of wiggle room on that thing, man.
Damn it. I didn't even know that was an option. Ooh. I got the entirety.
Alright, as soon as Lydia comes back, I will explain what you're seeing. Please line your characters up right about here. Feel free to put lids in.
I'm cold.
Seem reasonable.
Seems good to me.
Alright, thank you all for bearing with us while we get the dungeon all wrapped up here, all set up. Let me describe what you all see. Alright, you walk in and there are ruined and crumbling walls. Looks like this was, at some point, a collection of small buildings. And there's a walled clearing here. There's briars everywhere. You see those same kind of sickly, dark-colored, spindly briars all over the place. And this time there's no questioning it. As you all enter, they all sort of sway a little bit and almost seem to be probing the ground and looking at you, looking like they could be ready to strike. And in this walled clearing among the briars, you see these... Most of the walls reach about 20 feet high. So these are mostly blocking line of sight. Some of them are quite low, so you can get some line of sight right there to see what I'm about to describe to you. The cavern itself goes up about 40 to 50 feet, and it's completely covered in that purple luminescent fungus. So this whole place has this kind of sickly purple glow to it. Several varieties of plants grow all around the perimeter of this area, and you can see a clearing off in the kind of far edge there. And beneath the fungal light grows what appears to be a twisted and evil tree. Its blackened, twisted limbs all reach upward like skeletal hands trying to claw their way out of the earth. Before it, you can see some of those same growths sort of starting to kind of look at you, reaching their arms out. You also see this middle-aged, bearded man wearing a hooded brown robe. He's got a staff and a sickle. And from behind him, you see two younger humans step out. One's in plate mail, the other's in a robe. And you can see when they turn their head, roots grow into their skull and trail back along the ground and disappear into the dirt. They sort of fan out a little bit, staring at you guys. They look similar, familial. And the man in the hood speaks to you. Says, "It's been a while since I've had visitors." And as the purple light glows, you can see that he looks blind. His eyes are just mostly white. And he doesn't look specifically in your direction. He says, "Have you come to barter for one of the fruits of the Gothias tree? Or for something else?"
We did not come to barter. We came searching some adventurers who went missing.
Well, I should say you found them. They've found peace now. They are one with the tree.
I'll look closer at both of the...
They both sort of step forward, almost like they're leaning forward, like they're being pushed by these roots, and their feet kind of keep up with it, and then the roots kind of pull back to stop them. And they both speak simultaneously. Like, "Our consciousness has joined the Gothias tree, as yours shall."
I don't think any of us have come here to have communion with whatever this nefarious tree that you have is. And in fact, I think we're going to have to destroy it, so you can stand aside.
He speaks. "Many have tried. None have succeeded. This tree is ancient. Look at it. It's beautiful. It will speak to you if you let it. Secrets, ancient secrets, tales of other places. They're all there if you just open your mind to it." And as he says that, all of those briar blights sort of start pulling themselves up out of the earth, forming those semi-humanoid shapes. He says, "And look, you're in luck." And he points to a single red apple hanging. He says, "It's bearing fruit."
There are many things I'd like to know. Many secrets I wish would unfold before me. I don't know much But I do know that this place is evil. An evil that cannot stand.
Evil. Good. Knowledge. Look at what we've achieved down here. Can you imagine? We have cultivated farmland in the darkest of places. Why, the use could be... It could be a breakthrough. Think what the dwarves would be willing to pay for such knowledge.
I don't like you.
Neither do I. I think what you're doing down here needs to stop.
The two voices speak at once. It will not be stopped. Join your minds with the tree. Join your minds with us.
Are the two heads connected to the tree? Are they the adventurers we're looking for?
They certainly seem to be.
We did it.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god, I thought you'd never ask.
I guess addressing them. If there's any part of you that can hear me now, know that your mother, heartbroken, sent us to find you. She longs for you. I don't believe that you would have given yourselves willingly.
Longing is weakness. It will pass, as all mortal life will. There is eternity with the Golthias tree.
I know nothing of this Golthias tree.
You will.
I'll undo the whip.
You will find out whether by choice or otherwise. And they both get pulled back by the roots a little bit as the twig blights just... They all kind of step out and start making postures like they're moving towards you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Let's roll some initiative, eh?
Eh?
It's the Golthias tree.
The Goliath countdown.
You guys down
I
to see a little...
I was looking over for the
action?
reaction from the Golthias tree. Y'all were like,
Yeah, did you guys
well, am I
even
supposed to know
care?
that?
I said Goliath's tree earlier.
You did.
You did.
I had
That
to
was
not
funny.
look at you.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, they kind of look like the Golthias
I
tree.
thought so, but then he drew this butthole, and I was like,
It's not a butthole. It's a Golthias tree, okay?
Why didn't
Okay.
You, why didn't you do
I
your
don't know what
Goliath
Goliath
tree
tree
voice
is.
that you did last time?
The tree isn't speaking to you,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
We're not on speaking terms?
Not anymore.
What a dick.
Okay, I've
He
got
said he
the
called.
dude, the two bodies, and the twig blights. So, here we go. Let's roll some
I
initiatives.
already did.
Orpha.
11.
Okay.
18.
I am 14 and Meepo is... I'm sorry, Meepo is
Are
10.
you a neighbor?
I'm 19.
What were you, Lydia? 18?
Thanks for remembering.
That's enough. That's enough of that forever. Druid boy.
Oh my god, I said druid too. I know everything.
She called that.
Gosh, you're like a seer.
Gosh.
I know
A
everything.
seer?
The lieutenants.
The Sears,
Oh.
like the
Too
store.
soon. Too soon.
R.I.P.D.
What were you, Lydia, again? 18?
Yes.
What were you, Etrigan?
19.
14.
Oh, I'm not Etrigan.
You were 19?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were 14?
14.
And I was 18.
Don't. It's late. I'm trying to get you guys through this because you're sleepy, so...
I know you're not.
I'm fine. Alright. Urican.
Alright.
You see all of those things just... And you hear a creaking from the tree in the background.
Freaking.
And their voices again
God.
speak. Join us. There is peace here.
Peace at what cost? And then I'm gonna take a step out to my left here and go ahead and launch an arrow at that tree thing.
Alright.
Gosh.
Those are called lights?
Blights.
That's a 10 at the blight.
Lady
That is
voice.
close,
Light
No
is like
cigar.
but no cigar. Arrow just whizzes right by him.
Voice.
That's all for me then.
Rosabelle.
Rosabelle. I would like to hex Druid Boy.
Okay. Druid Boy is hexed.
Now I would like to shoot him with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. You still had your old hex, right? So you're not using a new spell slot? Yep.
It's my old hex.
Mm-hmm.
It's all okay.
That's a baby 15.
That would be a hit.
So that is a 7 plus 3.
Okay.
So that's 10. If my dungeon math is correct.
Good dungeon math.
Thank you.
He takes a hit. He's just... Ah! All right. These little baby boys just like skittering across the dirt. This one comes right towards you, Urican. Misses. This one comes right at you, Etrigan. Ooh, gets ya.
Gets ya.
4 damage, sir. This one rushes. The rest of these guys just come dashing in. Move those guys like 50 or 60 feet for me. Etrigan, it is your turn, sir. It's just the ground is crawling with these blights coming at you.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bonus action and drink that Healy boy.
Do it. Woo!
How many were you at?
I was at 8.
Do we still have that other bunny? Or we only had one?
We just had the one. You still got that bottled breath though.
How does it work? I forgot.
You just
It's a
drink it.
Bonus
Drink it.
action, drink it, and then you got,
Next time it's a...
and then for 3 times you get how many d6 for the?
4d6,
I get to
think?
use a breath weapon, but that's my action to use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
4d6, deck save 13.
It's a 30-foot cone, though. All right, Etrigan, what you
All right,
got?
I'm gonna do green flame blade.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to, so I'm gonna just attack the one directly in front of me. That's a 14.
That is a hit.
Okay, so the one in front of me takes 6 damage, and the one in front of Rosabelle takes 3 fire.
The one in front of you, you just whip, stick your foot out, and yank, and just bits of wood kind of go flying everywhere. The flame leaps to the other one, and it's now on fire, and it's making this sizzling, squealing noise, like a whistling of flame. Orpha.
Bonus action, drink my bottle.
Glug, 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 glug.
And then, I will wreck it.
Which one are you attacking? No, it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't
anyways.
matter.
You whiffed. You whiffed it.
That was the worst roll.
Why you whiffing, my dude? These guys just, again, they're doing this strange walk where it's like the roots are creaking forward and their legs are sort of just falling in front of them to keep them upright. And you can clearly see these black roots trailing the ground behind them. All right. The guy in the back is just like, become part of the grove forever. And he raises his hands, and as he does, you feel the ground beneath you rumbling, and you just see these vines start coming up, wrapping around your legs.
I fucking hate druids. I knew this was coming.
Yep. Can I go ahead and have everybody make me a strength saving throw, please?
Sure.
Oh, tight. Great.
It's my best one.
Yeah, I got a 0.
I have a negative one.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I did okay though.
11.
Meepo got an 8. I got a 0.
Did anyone get a 13 or higher? Literally everyone else. You see the vines just pull them in and kind of start pulling them to the ground.
Oh, wait. It was a strength, not a dex.
Yeah.
Why does it keep exiting me out? Come on, Beyond.
You are all restrained.
Tight,
You
man.
have disadvantage on attacks, and everyone has advantage to attack you.
That's good.
It was fun, y'all.
Question.
You can spend an action to try to get out of it.
Not that. Okay, with my danger sense, I know it says specifically dex, but it gives me an edge when I try to dodge away from danger.
Yeah, it's dex saves.
Yeah, I know it's dex, but it's just so weird that it's dex, like, specific. Like, if I, like, in this situation, if I felt like some weird shit coming up, wouldn't that be danger sense?
If
You
it
gain
were a
an
dex
uncanny
save, I would
sense-
agree with you.
Okay.
But it is literally you fighting it off. It's a strength save to try to just free yourself from it.
Okay, because there's so much of it that I couldn't even, like...
Yeah.
What did
Okay.
you roll on your die?
Like, shit, I don't even remember.
There is one divine inspo if anyone thinks it's worth burning
I mean, it's not...
to get themselves out.
Get a +5.
Yeah, get out. Do it.
Is it my turn?
No,
We're
just
saying retroactively, nothing else has happened yet.
Use
Take
the
that on your
reroll.
save so you can be free of it.
I'm gonna fucking roll like shit. It doesn't even matter.
but strength's your best.
Yeah, girl,
You
you
got
got
the
+5.
best chance.
Okay, 20.
Okay. They start grasping at you. You just grab and rip them, pull them up out of the ground, free yourself from it, and are able to pull yourself out. Meepo. He is completely restrained by this. He can try to get out by rolling strength, otherwise he is restrained and will have disadvantage on attacks.
He's going to do it. No.
Why? Is he -2?
Yes.
He's -2.
Yes.
That sucks. Okay, nope.
No,
He's just trying to free himself, but can't quite. Yurikin, your turn, sir. You can either
Ooh.
attack with disadvantage, or spend an action to try to get out.
I'm gonna try and get out.
Okay? It is a strength saving throw. That
Is
gets
a-
you out.
Nice.
Yeah, you just kind of free yourself of it, grab at the roots, pull them off, and you look and you can just see him still just on it.
Can I move after that?
You sure can. You're going to have... actually, basically, the line is you guys, so
Okay.
anywhere you move will
I'll
be
take
fine.
like 2 steps back.
Sure?
Oh no, because that's gonna not disappear.
Okay.
Never mind, I'm just gonna stay.
That's your one. Normally, I take them.
Yeah. That's all.
Oh, right,
That's
because your
all I
action was
got.
to get out. Do you have an action search?
I
No?
used it a while ago.
And we didn't take that short rest.
Yeah.
Probably should have done that.
You know what? I did fast forward a lot of very easy encounters. If you want to retroactively have a short rest, because you had one left.
I would.
I think
That
it's
would
safe
be
to say when you were searching the chamber, you would have taken a short rest. I mean,
Could use
Castle
that.
Mac plays short rests as 3 to 5 minutes, so they're very easy to take, but we limit them to 2 between long rests. We think that makes a lot of classes a lot more playable, a lot more fun, and you don't have to like beg for the weird like hour break in a dungeon. It's been really working out for us.
And with
so-
only having 2, I mean,
yeah. So
gonna
if you'd
use
like to
one of those,
retroactively action surge, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
If you want
I'm
to.
gonna use one of those hit dice for that short rest.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll action surge and just take a swing at the one right in front of
Okay.
me.
You could also spend your second win if it makes sense to.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
That is 18.
That is a hit, sir.
That is 8.
Oh yeah. How do you kill this dude with your short sword?
Just right through the branches.
Nice. Bits of it go flying everywhere.
Don't skip me.
Yes, you're right. I moved you over there. You're up,
Thanks.
Rosabelle.
Okay, I'm gonna continue to Eldritch Blast him.
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wanted to lose that concentration though.
Yeah. It's a bold move.
So 9 plus 5.
You got him. Ah.
So 11. And a con.
On top of the 10 you had already hit him for, right?
Yeah, and a con save. Tight.
Yes!
He goes, "Ah!" And at once all of the vines just like slurp back into the earth.
Ew.
Like spaghetti noodles.
Earth slurp.
Getting slurped in. Lydia, you took the gamble. That's worth an inspo right there. That was awesome.
It's a second inspo. Is that okay?
No.
Can I give it to someone else?
No.
Oh, I tried, everyone.
I tried to. All right. It is Twiggy Boy's turn. This Twiggy Boy is attacking you because it just saw you crush the other one. Yeah.
Looks like it.
For 3 damage, sir. Actually, I think they're only a +1. I think that's 2 damage.
Okay.
Let me just double check that. Yes, it is 2 damage. But the 2 damage is sure gonna add up.
Yeah, I know. Ask Ava.
Yeah. Ask my tabaxi. Your armor class is
That
14, right?
ripping
Yeah.
page
He actually
was so
missed.
satisfying,
Nice.
though.
Oh, on you again.
Wow.
They really don't like you. And missed again. This hurt boy is going to attack. Roll me a die, Orpha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, attacks Orpha. With advantage, I believe. Does get you. Gets Orpha for 3 damage. This one moves in. Lydia, roll me a die.
Which kind?
Just any die. Low, high. Low attacks Etrigan. Does not get Etrigan. This boy slides in here and attacks Orpha. With advantage. Gets ya. 3 mo. This guy slides in right here and attacks you, Etrigan. Gets ya.
Hold on. I'm going to drop a shield.
Okay.
Breath weapon.
Reaches out at you. It kind of gets zapped and kind of roars backwards. And Etrigan, it's your turn, sir.
Okay. A lot of things. Alright, so the one in front of Rosabelle still has that 3 damage on it,
Yes,
right?
it does, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to green flame whip the one in front of me, trying to have the flames lead
Zap
to
the
the
other
other one. I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 14.
That's a hit, sir.
Okay. 6 damage on that one, 3 on the other.
Both of them just ignite in this quick green flame that just drops them to the ground, and they're quickly reduced to ash at your feet. Orpha, your turn.
Breathy.
Breathy boy.
What do I do? What is it?
Okay, it's a cone, which means you essentially get 90 degrees out. So, let's see. Looking at your best bet,
With moving and whatever.
if you moved right here, you could get those 4.
Would I take an opportunity attack from
You
this
would take an
dude?
opportunity attack from that dude.
Well, I'll do it.
Otherwise, you could get, because you start from a corner, but it'd have to be here, so you would get those 2. Really, realistically, you could get those 3. Without
I'll
an
move,
opportunity
taking
attack.
the...
Take the Oppo,
Yeah.
and you're no longer reckless, so he doesn't get advantage. I don't know what that was. But he does get you. For 3 more.
Okay, and then how many?
Dex saves for those boys, right?
Yep, DC 13.
DC 13.
You can tell that from my erased notes.
Gotcha. So I'm going to roll the 3 in this line. Middle boy passed, and the one up there failed. So fail, fail, pass, fail.
And damage?
4d6.
4d6. Fire damage. They should be fine. 13.
They all dead, man.
They take double damage from fire. You just hear the shrieking as they all just immediately...
And I get to bonus action. No, wait. No.
It's melee weapon.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, it's just melee
But
weapons.
you just...
And then I still have movement, huh?
You sure do. You got 25 movement left.
Just gonna move here.
Cool. All right. Time for Lieutenant Dan.
I'm looking pretty not good.
This one walks up to
Going
you.
down for y'all.
Comes at you, swings. Again, you see the roots kind of pushing it forward, and as it raises its hand, you can see what look like roots just under its skin, and its fingers kind of erupt in little sharp branches that sort of extend as it comes down to swing at you. That is, unfortunately, a hit for 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And another one on you. The brother this time. What's your armor class?
15.
That is, in fact, a miss. It comes at you again. Like, as you see, its skin is just stretching. In fact, you even see like some sprouts of almost blooms on its arms as it swings at you. And misses. Okay. All right. Lydia, you see the druid. He looks at you and he's, clutching himself. He looks pretty hurt, actually. He raises his hand and you see a spark shimmer down his arm and a ball of fire appears in his hand and he chucks it at you. It does get you.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll take 7 points of fire damage as he then ducks around and disappears behind that wall.
Can't see him.
Cannot see him there. Meepo.
Meepo is...
With advantage for pack tactics.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Meepo.
Gets him.
Better. It's 4.
Kills
Twice
him.
as good
They
as
have 4 hit
normal.
points.
Mm-hmm.
Meepo is just like, and he actually snaps at him with his jaws, kind of bites some of the wood, and just starts hacking as he's holding onto it. Just wood gets shredded all over the ground.
He'll, behind this wall, come up next to Orpha.
Love it. Yurikin.
Alright, I'm gonna take some steps out this way. And I will fire an arrow at that one.
He might be behind a wall. I don't know how high
Is
that
that
wall
is
goes.
that a short wall or is that a tall wall?
I think they're all pretty tall. I think
Okay.
they're all, you could certainly hide behind completely.
Okay, then I need a little. I think I was 15 right there, 20.
And you have 35 too,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Then is that line of sight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm still firing. 13.
That was a hit.
Solid. That was 11.
Woo! Arrow just kind of sinks into it, and as it does, you see little, roots that push it free, and it falls on the ground, and you see these kind of roots that, sprout and then just kind of hang there. Rosabelle.
I will use an action to cure wounds on my pal, Orpha.
Moving up adjacent.
I thought I was gonna die tonight.
Nah.
1d8 plus 3.
I mean, we might still.
So 6.
Okay.
You're welcome. Okay, so now I would also like to move. I would like to do it in such a fashion that I do not get an opportunity to attack.
Would you have wanted to go here to heal her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'd like to try to start making my way down here. Or at least,
You get to right there?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. This one little twiggy boy tries to claw at you, Etrigan. What's your armor class?
16.
Does not get you. Etrigan.
Alright, well, I need to get rid of these things. So, I'm gonna green flame whip again. No.
Afraid not, my dude. Orpha.
This dude. These are 2 baddies right here?
Yes.
Okay. This dude. Reckon.
That is a hit. Close. Close.
Mm-hmm. 5 damage.
Alright, you hack into it, and as you do, it's just no longer.
Oh wait, I'm
human.
sorry. I wouldn't have done that. I still get a use of my breath weapon, right?
You sure
Yeah.
do?
I'm sorry. I definitely would
Oh,
have.
That's fine. No problem. No problem. Dex saves for them.
What
Both
about
fail.
that Twiggy boy? Can you get that Twiggy boy too?
Did all 3?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And that's 4.
Not without taking an opportunity attack.
Yes.
I got
2 creatures.
I ain't worried.
4d6.
Yep.
We're good.
Are we under attack?
7.
7 on each. And you can see that it's catching, and some of their skin starts burning off, and underneath you just see tightly wound branches and vines, and some of the skin just kind of flakes off and has like the red embers around it.
Tight.
Alright, on their turn, it just looks at you and it's like, you don't know, you don't understand, you should join us, you can see everything. And he attacks you. You did not attack recklessly, so no particular. That will get you. For 5 damage. The other one slashes out at the 15, you said? Also gets you. For 6 damage.
Okay.
Still alive, huh?
Sure. You could sneeze, and I would fall over, just like that door.
Alright. This dude rushes out, and as he's coming out, he says, "Give me strength now! Join with me! Give me strength!" And you see 2 black roots come up out of the ground. They puncture his side, and he's just... And as he's doing that, you see vines come through, and they start blossoming. These pink flowers that then quickly turn white and wilt. And he just... And he turns back to you and just looks up at you. The vines let him down and hit the ground, and he plants his feet. Meepo.
That was his turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hill's gonna attack. He's gonna hop through and kind of attack this one over here.
Right.
How does a 14 look?
Yes. Got him.
There we go. 7 damage on that one.
Sorry, on that body.
Yeah.
Actually... He slashes it, and for a second, it looks like it's gonna drop. Raises a hand, skin flaying off it. You can see a gold ring, and it just... And for a second, the eyes flash, like, and then quickly recover. Yuriken.
I'm gonna fire at the one that just had its eyes flash thing. That is a... yeah, probably.
That is a
21.
definite hit.
That is an 11.
Again, an arrow, this time right through the head. What should drop it, it starts to drop again, and the roots tighten, and it just stands back up. So close. Rosabelle!
I am going to hit him with Eldritch Blast, and he is still hexed.
Do it, my dude.
I will do it.
That is a hit.
Okay. Nine plus 5 plus 3. Dungeon math.
Woo! 17. Just, it blasts into him, and part of his body just rips open. Robes are tattered. You see blood and meat that just
Ew.
spray out, and then immediately you see these vines that intertwine and like quickly knit themselves together to fill the gap.
Hate trees.
Well, there's still a twig blight left, huh?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Comes up and attacks Etrigan. Oh, gets ya.
I will shield.
Etrigan, your turn.
All right. I will. Shield. I will green flame whip.
GFW. That is
Alright.
a hit, sir.
So, and I'll have the flame lick to the neck, dude. 7 damage on the twig blight and 3
Shatters.
fires.
Flame hits that one. The flame catches, ignites. For a second, it's like, help! Fire consumes it, and it falls to the ground. Orpha.
Orpha.
I still get one more breathy?
Orpha.
You got one more breathy, town.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Yurikin, you're
hold,
like, out! You have to kind of just jump to the
I'm
side.
gonna hold my wounds and just be like, my last breath.
It did fail. Roll it.
I spit my last breath. Pretty fucking good.
16 by my dungeon math. You rear back. It looks at you, starts burning, reaches out, grabs your shoulder with one hand, pleads, falls to the ground as the fire consumes it. This thing just... It takes a running leap towards you all, and you see these roots just push it up through the air as it slides on the ground. It takes one slash at you, Yurikin.
I knew it! I knew that was gonna happen!
No! One nasty boy crit.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Take 9 damage, sir. And the other claw slashes at you, Lydia. You. What's your armor class?
25.
What is it for real?
It's
13? Gotcha.
It's wouldn't you like to know?
It's
that'll be 6
up
damage.
your butt, Clown.
And it just kind of plants on the ground. And you can see the branches of the tree behind it just swaying kind of violently. Meepo!
I knew you were gonna roll a fucking 20.
Yeah.
I was like, wouldn't this be a tight moment to clip? He's gonna roll a 20.
Yes.
Meepo, I think, sees that.
He's like, I got the sling.
And it's
I got you guys from back here.
Meepo's slinging on. Nightforge. That is a hit.
all right.
Jordy the Forge Breaker going to bed?
Yes, indeed.
5 damage from Meepo.
All right, man. Freaking Meepo is on
Fucking
it.
sling mastery feat.
Yurikin.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I can.
definitely get a second win there.
Next game, let's play Golden Sisters.
I think you should.
Alright, and then I'm gonna take a swing with the old short sword.
Rosalind.
That is a hit.
That is it.
Boot.
I can't roll my R on that one.
That is a 5. And
Martha.
then I'm definitely gonna action surge on that as well.
Surge it.
That is a hit.
Also a hit.
Surge Cola.
And that is
Nice.
Why?
I'm trying.
What's wrong with us?
I mean, you're hacking into it, and again, just like before, you hit flesh and blood, and then you see it knitting with knitting closed, but it seems to be knitting slower and slower. Like every slash, it just looks like it's having more and more trouble keeping pace.
Every slash you make.
I don't want to have to do this, but I'm going to use my action. No, it's a bonus action. I can heal myself a little bit.
Trying to make it be right.
My God.
Big
Can
one?
I spend my inspiration to reroll that?
Fuck yeah, you can.
No, you cannot.
Never mind.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
That's true. When you DM,
She lives
now you
here.
do whatever the fuck
Oh,
I
he's right
want.
next to me, isn't he?
Yes,
Well, watch out when Letty and I co-DM our game.
I can't wait for that. Would that it were so simple.
We're gonna freaking
Would
start
that it
playing
were
it
so
right
simple.
now.
Can I
Would
have
that it
him
were a DM.
make me a
Would that I
wisdom
were a
save?
DM.
Make a wisdom save, you say?
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
No?
No, I don't want him to do that.
Okay.
Oh, I can't do that. It's an actual spell.
Oh.
I do want him to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Fails.
Tights.
What happens?
D12 necrotic.
Necrotic.
Sorry, guys. I'm going a little...
Necrotonate.
That is 11.
Okay. Is this bells? The bell spell?
Hell's bell spells.
Bell spells.
You guys done or? Alright. It's just like roaring at you and you call upon it. You can hear her voice in your head. Close your eyes. You guys can see the light coming from behind her eyelids. Opens them, stares at him, and just reaches a hand out. And you hear the faint sounds of whispers. We're not doing bells. You're not a cleric. It's these angelic whispers, and it's just ah! Ah! And it reaches and it just starts tearing off its own skin, ah! And it just starts ripping out this bits of wood and vine. And he collapses to the ground.
Kills him.
Sorry. Well, first I'm gonna come up to her and be like, are you okay?
Sure.
Alright. I should see what else is in here. If we can destroy that tree, I think we should.
I don't know how much destroying I can do right now. And I'm gonna like slide down on the ground a little.
Does anyone have any more of whatever made her breathe the fire?
She has one more.
I only had one.
I think he gave you took one that had 2 more uses in it because it was her water skin. She
Because it was
used
the full
one.
water skin, right?
Wait, what? I took her water skin?
When I died.
Oh yeah, I did. I forgot.
So you
okay.
had one more.
I had 3 then.
Some
I took one of my own, and hers had 2 uses, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I died with one of my charges inside of me, not going to use.
Well, I'll go look at the tree first.
I'm not going anywhere.
Take that with you, and maybe you can burn it.
Okay. I will.
Alright. You walk up to the tree. Its branches are swaying, like they're shuddering. You hear some creaking together, like it's trying to make a sound, like, but it can't. It's just shuddering violently.
I will. And I will.
And you just, and you have a flashback. You can feel wind, and you can feel the burning in your throat as you unleash something. You just can't remember what. You look down and you can see a sea of people. You don't understand what's going on. You suddenly feel wind rushing past you as it feels like you're falling. You kind of snap out of it as the tree is just cracking and curling. Branches are swinging out, almost trying to reach you. Skeletal branches come at you as they burn up and curl and weaken and fall on the ground. You all watch as the tree just shrivels into nothingness, turning to ash.
Does that apple fall off?
Oh, the apple got burned up.
Just wondering.
My man didn't pluck it first. When I have plucked. Yeah.
We're playing D&D.
Instead, yeah, okay. Just smoke fills the cavern. The rest of you sort of come and stand by Etrigan as you watch this tree continue to collapse into cinders. Red and purple light mixed with the fungus and the burning of the tree, filling the chamber. We're going to end there. We will pick up right here next time. We will not be playing Sunless Citadel this Saturday. Unfortunately, Lydia and I have to be out of town. So look for us in 2 weeks to pick up with the Sunless Citadel. We hope you all can join us tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern for The Curse of Strahd, where we are wrapping up the Amber Temple, which is pretty cool.
It's been good, y'all.
Freaking intense.
It is.
If you
It's
haven't watched any
intense.
of it,
Yes.
It causes
Intense.
marital problems.
There are some
Tight role play.
There is some
Tight role play. Marital problems.
Tight role play, marital problems, Strahd the bad boy, the original bad boy. So we hope you guys can join us tomorrow night. It really is a blast. It's
It's a
like my
blast.
favorite adventure. Yeah, it's a blast. We had a blast. It's my favorite adventure so far in all of D&D and all of my many years. So, thank you guys again for joining us.
Thanks.
Let's see if there's anyone to raid
Yeah.
right now. I hadn't really looked at the potential raids.
Oh, that group that we like to raid sometimes is on Dungeon and
I know, I
Dragon.
see that, but you know what? I'm gonna look for someone really tiny. I like raiding the small crews that are playing together. You know what? I see someone doing Rise of Tiamat, and they are top tabling. So we're gonna raid top tabling. Much love to Dungeon and Dragon, but we are gonna go raid these guys right here. So, get that raid out. Guys, thanks again for joining us. If you look at the links down below, we've got back episodes on YouTube, a podcast coming soon.
Pop into
back
our Discord,
episodes.
please, also.
Yep, we got the Discord. It is hopping. It's a lot of fun. We'll probably be chatting in there for a little while after the game tonight, and certainly all the time. Lots of D&D chats. Again, you can find our schedule here. You can check us out at Twitter. Basically, all our Twitter handles are displayed below. Thank you guys again for spending your Saturday night with us. We appreciate it.